Welcome back to the 4FSP server. My name is Josh and today we're gonna finish our start island. And of course, with that said, we're not gonna do just the outside, we're also gonna work on the inside. But before we start, I kinda want to show you guys a little bit of things that I've done on stream lately. And it wasn't much, but it took a lot of time to get it done. And one of those things, of course, is the one over here. We got a armor stand over here who is fishing instead of me standing here, because that's what I did in the first few episodes or so, or in between episodes and stuff. I was here all the time. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna add a arm stand over here as well, with of course a little bit more detail, like some fish in the water. And of course over here I did add 3 more of them. One of them is cooking, of course, which is amazing. And of course we got one more over here just eating some chicken, which is kind of amazing. I like it. And that's kind of the fun thing about those armor stands, of course. We can add just a little bit of detail, and I like that quite a bit. So of course, after adding a little bit more of the characters over here, I want to do that more often and on more locations. They're gonna be more inside of the build as well as in the other builds that are going to be around here. This one will be gone, the pond will be gone, and that one will be gone and will be replaced with something better. So of course we're gonna get rid of this area as well, because we're gonna build up an elevator instead, which is going to lead down into something new, and that's gonna be a library. And of course all the items that we're going to need I already gathered by now, and to be fair, it is quite a bit, and it's not just for the library, it's also for the outside. And all I am missing is like gravel, sand, dirt and grass blocks stuff. Those things I'll get later, of course. And one more thing, of course, you might hear them, and they're freaking loud all the time. That's why I get annoyed by them. But yep, they will get their own place as well behind the library. Of course, it's gonna be seen, but that's totally fine with me. And those are the things that we're going to do today. So the first area I want to start with is over here. I don't really like to do that underneath the ground, so I'm not gonna do a time lapse on this inside, but the outside will get a bigger time lapse. So I might do everything at once, because that's more amazing, and just fast forward a little bit more. So it might be a little bit of a fast time lapse soon, but I'm not entirely sure. It might still be a little bit longer, but of course in one go probably. So of course, with all of that said, let's change it up. So there we go for the first part. We got this area done already. And of course, like you might notice, the stairs is a little bit different, and this whole place is a little bit better right now, as well as for the elevator. And this one is working as well right away, because, well, we need to go down because I want to continue on with the library. So like you might notice, we still got some storage over here, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna use those for the mine or for something else. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe for some other things later on, as well as for the workstation over here. Of course, we just got it over here just to fill it up a little bit. So of course, this is just the beginning of today's episode, and well, I think we did quite well. And of course, like you might notice on the elevator, I did fancy a lot of copper over here, since it looks amazing. Now the sad part about going downstairs is that, well, not the whole thing comes down with you, of course, just the floor. And of course it isn't that amazing, but still, it does work. So if we will click on it, we will go downstairs. Alright, so there we are. Of course, it's a little bit dark in here. I don't know what to do with the lighting. I don't even know if it's possible to do lighting over here. So yeah, it's gonna be like this for a little bit. And maybe I'll add some more of the crying obsidian. I think this one gives off a little bit of light, and I might have to add some of those instead. So yeah, I might do that. But until then, this is where we will build up our library. But of course, for now, we got this all dug up. But we kind of forgot about one thing. To just get it done. So, of course, we now finally got our library done. We can turn off gamma now, and it looks just about amazing. It's quite a bit bigger than I intended to go for, and maybe a little bit squarish, but still, I really love this whole location with like the candles flying in the air. I was like, it gives a little bit more of a Harry Potter vibe, but of course, yeah, I still like that quite a bit. Then of course we got some tables with benches next to them, just people can read. And I'm thinking about adding some of the armor stands around here as well, of course, and I will do that probably just about everywhere that we get. And I think it's gonna be amazing. And of course, once we get upstairs over here, we got a lot of lighting, of course, over here. And the reason therefore is because otherwise the ceiling would have been even more messed up or dark. And I didn't like that too much. So I decided to do it more like this, somewhat chandeliers and stuff. And I didn't want to do them all just simple with tough blocks and stuff. So I decided to go for spruce over here, as well as for this side over here, where we get our villagers finally, which yeah, those are useful and they are sorted out by now. And I don't mean with like the traits and stuff, it's still like 4 emeralds for bookshelves and stuff, of course, and that kind of things. I'm still working on that, except for the fact that I've got to leave them in their minecarts there for temporarily, but this is how it's supposed to be looking afterwards anyway. So I do have to get them back into the minecarts, and that's going to be fairly easily done just by getting a minecart over here, of course. Make sure to get this one out of the way real quick without him going out of his own way. And we will get it all done. I'm not entirely sure if he can move anyway, thanks to the trapdoor over here. But if he can, he shouldn't be able to, alright? But I decided to sort them all, like Silk Touch over here, Efficiency 5. We got Unbreaking 3 and Mending at the start, just because most people will use those, and if anyone ever needs any of them, they can just come over here and they can find those easily, of course. And if you might wonder, where are the other ones then? Well, I decided to do them underneath in the ground. And of course over here we got a railway, because we got a zombie over here, which, well, yeah, it's kind of a jerk. I can't go there because of a string over here, otherwise it will get locked in and out and in and out and in and out, and yeah, it's quite annoying. So I put them all over here. Those are still in the minecarts because I really don't care about them myself. I might figure that out later as well, but they also have to be lowered anyway in pricing and stuff. Even though I might not use them often, I might use them to get more emeralds. So they are in here. It's not detailed or anything at all. I decided not to do it because it's underneath the ground anyway, so I'm fine with it. And of course the zombificator over here is as well for the ones upstairs, just to make it a little bit easier on myself. And well, I kind of almost forget to show you the roof or the ceiling or whatever you want to call it. I think it's more a ceiling because, well, there's more dirt on top, of course. But I really like the way I did this ceiling. I decided to go with 3 shades, I guess, of the glass. And I decided to go with the more purplish for once because it feels more magical, I guess. And I do feel like it belongs over here. I really love the way I did that. And I think it looks amazing, to be fair. So with this all done, it's time to head back upstairs. And of course we do that by elevator. Ding! At least that's what I'd say if I wasn't in the video. And the first things I really need to do, and I will do those off camera because also of the time lapse, because I think that's useless to keep in the time lapse. I just want to show you whatever I will build inside of the time lapse, which will be probably done build by build, but hey, it will be done. So of course for now I want to get rid of the pond, the horse stables, and this area of course. And after that, I'll be back. Alright, so for now we are finally done. And I also did one more thing, and that is I shaped my whole island to its current final stage already. So I decided to get a little bit of a water shape in here as well, just a little bit more because I didn't like the way that it was otherwise, and I decided of course to get rid of the building. So yeah, everything will be filled up again, and I got a little bit like location like over here. It is more wide than it was before. Over here, well, yeah, there's water instead, of course. And on this side, it is a little bit wider as well. I tried to do a little bit more of the water stuff as well, just to get it a little bit better done and stuff. But I still need to get some seagrass and stuff in there, but I will do that later, of course. And over here, I just decided to do everything at least grass form. And until this location, of course, they are all, well, gone. Now, we got the animals all over here, like the horses as well as chickens and sheep and stuff. Everyone is over here waiting for the new permanent location. And, well, that's the first thing, of course, that we want to do today. Or, well, the first thing. It's been days working on this episode already. And hours, so that's amazing. Alright, so we are totally prepared right now. And I really want to get started on the time lapse. So without further ado, let's go! Alright, so there you have it for the time lapse, and of course we start out over here because, well, I'm just glad to have this part done as well. I didn't even know what to do over here until last minute. So we got this done now, and I think it looks amazing. A little bit of greenery as well, as some benches of course, and it's a great start. Alright, so if we walk over here, we got a whole new backyard, of course. Now, one thing I really like about it is the fact that in between those two buildings, like just this line or so, here was just the old kind of greenery house thingy. I don't know what it was. It was just full of azalea leaves or so. So yeah, That house was just about in between with the pond up right over here, which was kind of weird if you think about it right now, since, well, it doesn't even seem like there's ever been a pond or anything else around here. The market area as well, like you could have seen inside of the time lapse as well, where in the floor over here you can still see the remains and stuff, and as well underneath the water on the front side over there we also got still the tunnel or so from the well we had down there. Alright, so if we look at this place, of course, we got a horse over here. This one is called Saint Lucifer, since I do love the game Saints Row, the old game anyway. And Lucifer because of the TV show Lucifer. Really like that. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna call it Saint Lucifer. It doesn't make any sense, and that's what I like about it. So the fact that they are all in here now, they all got their own space, and it's a lot bigger than what I had before. So that's the thing I really like about it, of course, and as well as they can't go anywhere because of the berry bushes on top of him, which does help quite a bit, of course. Like right now, he does fancy going out, but he's not gonna now, aren't you? Even though this is kind of a simple design, I really love the way we build it up, so that's kind of amazing. And this is just build one, of course, which I had been working on the first. Then I started on the barn over here, where you can see all the chickens and stuff, also outside, which I do like a lot. Also with the new texturing and stuff, of course, from the fresh animations. And I really like them outside like this. So kind of the same design as with the library over here, of course. We got just a chain with some of the thingies over here. What are they called again? I grindstone, jeez, works. Alright, so we got some doors over here, which you can just get to the side. It's like the ladders inside of the library, of course, if you've seen that. I didn't talk about it, but I think you've seen it, probably. And of course over here, I will add a little bit of item frames or so over here, like a saddle and stuff. And, well, maybe with armor stands anyway, I'm not sure. And just get a little bit of a corner over here just for that, of course. And over here, we got the chickens, the pigs and stuff. But I noticed one thing, and that is they all go outside instead of staying inside. But that's probably because of the grass and stuff, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna fix that later, not right now. But it is something that has to be done, because yeah, none of them want to stay inside. So on top over here, we got some carrots and some seeds, of course, just so we can feed the animals whenever we feel like it. And those aren't the only ones we got, of course. We also got some storage, by the way. But we also got some outside over here. But the reason therefore is just, well, mostly to fill up the area. And I was like, we're never gonna get enough of the weed and stuff and enough of the carrots. So the carrots one is a bit smaller, of course, since the pigs are, well, yeah, just one group. And we need seeds for the chickens, of course, and wheat for the cows and for the sheep as well. So yeah, they got all they need, I guess, right now. I did add some trees inside of it as well, because I felt like, well, that's normal, I guess. I don't know. That's what I think about. And of course some water, so they all got water whenever they need it. And also, of course, we got a greenhouse now, instead of the other one where you just got some crops and all the animals. I just made a custom greenhouse just for the green stuff. So yeah, we got, again, some stuff over here, like beetroots even, for once. I never use them, but I was like, you know what, why not? And of course we got some bees in here. That wasn't intentional. It had to be a bee nest. It didn't have to have any of the bees, but sure, why not? I was like, they're here right now anyway, so I'm totally fine with it. And of course, the ceiling you haven't seen probably, because the time-lapse wasn't going up too far, I guess. Just for the leaves outside anyway. So I added a little bit of greenery as well, and some of them, like this one, I still have to just use a shear on, because, well, some of them keep growing. I think just that one. But still, most of them are cut, and I think I forgot one, so yeah, that's fine. But I kind of want to show you guys how it looks in shaders as well, because I believe that looks amazing too. I haven't seen it too much myself, but you know what? We're just gonna show you. So here we go with the shaders on, and I think I need to add more boulders around here. I think that will do the trick as well, but I really think it looks amazing like this. I really do. I really love it, and yeah, I think it looks amazing. I'm sorry, I'm just so very much happy to finally get the starter area done. It took me a little bit of time, of course, and I didn't really remember what I wanted to do first. Well, yeah, like you had the market area around here first, of course, and then didn't like it too much. But yeah, of course we had to change it up, And here we go. So of course, even with shaders, it looks quite amazing like this. I really love it. I really do. And what I do love most about it is just about the middle area, I guess. Just a lot of greenery around, a lot of fences, but they don't really make sense since you can walk through them. But I usually always thought about like, I need to add to them over here and over here and over here. I just close it all up and stuff. And since I stopped doing that, I think this works out quite a bit better, of course. That makes this whole backyard come alive, I believe. And yeah. It's just about amazing. The starter area is finally done. So of course, with this whole starter area done finally, it is time to get some other things going. I'm not entirely sure which way I will go first. I mean, I got options. Like, I got an option to go that way, of course, since there's a bridge over there, but nothing else is over there yet. And I also got the chance to go over here to this side and just go, well, two different ways anyway. I can go that side or that side, and of course I will add more around that area anyway. So that will lead to, well, this one as well, and that one will lead to that one later on, of course. And in the end, all of this has to be changed someday, or at least most of it, I guess. I'm not entirely sure, but at least a lot will be changed and a lot will be done, of course. And I will add a lot more detail to the water probably, and yeah, there's so much more to come. This just, I just felt like I had to get the starter area done finally after 12 episodes, and we finally did, so I'm glad about that. Alright, so with all of that said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's see you guys in the next one. Goodbye! Welcome back to the TheRaidingViking server. My name is GeekSqueek, and today I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of things that I've done behind the scenes. So for now, I gathered all of the templates, and what I'm going to do with those, of course, is duplicate them once, so I'll get all of them still, and I'm gonna leave the other one, because I'm gonna duplicate them just once for now, and later on I will do it again. But I will duplicate them, I will leave one of the blocks in the item frame with the smithing template at spawn, and I will make something like a simple stand area, I guess, just so everyone can use all of the templates whenever they feel like. Now, of course, you might notice we also got some goats over here, and the reason therefore is because I used nether portals to get a little bit further out, of course. What are you on about? But by doing that, I came to a snow biome where I found some of those goats, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take two with me, because I was building them on the nether roof, of course, so it was kind of easy to get them, and yeah, there they are. So of course, I also have been working a little bit on some automated farms, and mostly AFKable, of course, except for the tree farm as far as I know. And yeah, I'm very much proud of what I've done over here. It was quite a bit of work, and I didn't even realize that I wanted to do all of those farms. But not just for me, I also used some, or got some right away anyway, just for a server mate, of course, since he needed some of the materials like moss and tree stuff, like spruce logs and stuff, you know. So yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna build those as well, since I wanted to do that anyway. And I went a little bit further than I wanted to go, but hey, I'm glad. So of course you might notice all of those tubes. Now the reason therefore is because I got 4 iron farms instead of 1. Because, well, 1 is not gonna cut it for me. And of course we got an iron farm over there and on each other corner. But those 3 are all lower. I built the first one higher, but then I realized I don't need to do that. So I flew every single villager from that area. I also had to breed some over there. But I got all of them over here just by flying them when they were inside of a boat. So yeah, thanks for that update, Mojang. I really love that one. So of course over here we got a bone meal farm, which is quite a big moss farm anyway. which will lead into bone meal, which leads over here into the tree farm to get all of the bone meal which we need. And yeah, we got 2 levers. One is for the bone meal farm itself, and the other one is for the tree farm to work. Now, I have been using a little bit more of the bone meal farm just to get a little bit of spare. And we got all of this over here, as well as on this side, of course, we got all of this filled in and this one filled in. And of course, a little bit of the spruce saplings, because I'm gonna do those, just AFK that one later on for the server made. So of course on this side we got a moss farm. I know it's a little bit silly because we got 2 big moss farms used for bone meal and 1 small one for, well, moss. It might not be normal, I don't know, but I don't care. I like it. It works fine. I decided to do it over here like that. So every tick that this thing does, it does also over here, so it will shoot out into the moss farm. Now, of course, those tubes are maybe a little bit messy, and to be fair, I really don't care because it works. So, of course, over here, we do have a lot of blocks already, and I already got 2 sugar boxes full at my base, so we got quite a bit right now. And later on, I will change this up quite a bit, and there we go, we got another one. And there it goes. Nice. So of course later on I will change this one up. I will put those sideways, I guess, and I will add some more of the item filters, and I will lead any other farms that I might get or I already got probably as well. I will lead them all over here so I don't have to go downstairs to get planks or rockets and stuff. So yeah, I might do that later. I'm not gonna do that now. It's been quite a bit of work already, and I'm glad about the progress we've made so far. Now, the moss farm, of course, it is producing quite a bit of moss, which is quite amazing as well, of course. I have too much, I guess. Well, too much is never a thing. Of course, we got a bamboo farm over here, which I have to build up on the wall a little bit more. Thanks to, otherwise, the bamboo going over to the sugar farm, which doesn't work out well. But, yeah, I'm gonna do that later. At least all of the bamboo will be dispensed into, well, the bamboo blocks, I guess. I don't know what they're called exactly. And the bamboo blocks will be bamboo planks. And those will go into, of course, a sugar box. And the sugar boxes will be shoot out over here, which is quite amazing. So we got a lot of planks whenever we need them. Just take a sugar box or anything and we'll be fine. And I kind of want to shoot them up as well. So instead of like just a hopper into a chest, I want it into, well, yeah, I guess a little bit further out though. But into a dropper or so again, which will lead to probably a chute that's close by. I'm not entirely sure which one, maybe over there. I don't know, we'll figure that out later. So of course one of the things that I really want to do right now is get all of the templates over at spawn, so everyone can use the templates whenever they want to. So I didn't even know you could just do it inside of the crafting table. I thought you had to do something special for it. Now my diamonds were a little bit in the way, so I had to make them all back into blocks. But of course, boom, it's quite expensive to be fair. But hey, we have to do it to at least get everything done. So yeah, why not? Let's just do them all, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna bring all of those, of course. And one more thing that we really need to take is a little bit of this and a little bit of these. I'm not entirely sure how many of them anyway, but that's fine. And of course, if you might know what we're gonna build right now. And that is, of course, again, one of those stands that we had before, where I kind of want to put them on display. I'm not entirely sure how to do it yet, or if it's gonna be kind of the same or whatever, but we're gonna figure it out. Alright, so now we are at spawn. Now I need to know where to build them. Maybe we have to do like this side and that side just back to back. Otherwise we don't have a back, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. Let's just place it right in the middle, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't have to be big. I mean, it just has to be here. Alright, so there we go. We got this one done. Now, it isn't the best. I get that, but I really don't care since this area is going to be revamped someday in the future, someday. I don't know. It's not going to be forever. So, yeah, no pun intended, of course, but it isn't. This will be changed up, probably this whole area, and I'm not entirely sure. We are not entirely sure into what yet. So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to keep it simple, but I also wanted everyone to be able to get all the trims whenever they want them. Of course, they gotta do them themselves, like do the duplication and stuff themselves. I'm not gonna do that for them. I do have the diamonds, but not enough for all of them, of course. So yeah, we added 2 of the armor stands. They're simple, and I'm not gonna move them because, well, it's all temporarily anyway. And of course, all of those are like that. And we got them all going around, so it's kind of easy with the block underneath with whatever they got. And of course, this one, so you needs the breeze rod. This one needs that one. So everyone can just duplicate them whenever they feel like it. And yeah, I'm gonna notify them on Discord, so they will know that they have to duplicate them, of course. Those are kind of the originals, I'd say. And it took me a while to get all of them, so yeah. I wish for them to leave them. So of course, with also this area done, I'm very glad that we got that done. It's finally something for the community, which is amazing because, well, yeah, this is one of the things that I had to do. Now, I might later in the future, I'm not entirely sure if I will do that, but just collect all of those blocks myself, just so they don't have to collect the blocks or something. But I might do it. Like I said, I'm not sure yet, and the glass will be barrels then, of course, but yeah. No promises. I totally forgot to show you guys that I fixed the lighting inside of my elevator. I fixed it before I ended the episode, I just forgot to include it into it. So yeah, we got some frog lights and of course the grindstones instead, and it does work well. It doesn't look too great, I guess, but still, it's better than it all dark. So in the meantime, I have been working just a little bit, not too much, on a map. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna place it inside of the library anyway. So if I ever need to, I have to go down here. And that's a good reason, because otherwise I'll never be here. So yeah, to include the map over here is probably worth it. Now, I'm gonna do it on the floor. It was boring anyway, like it was all just blanks and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. And of course later on I will add more and more, and I will update them during the time being, I guess. And I don't know, so far we don't have much, I think. Like, we got this area, we got this area, and we got the road leading up to the impulsive build that I created over here, which I still don't know what to do with, except for the fact that we have a bee farm over there. But yeah, I mean, I don't need it too much, so I'm fine with it. And of course, well, there'll be so much more to come yet, but yeah, we had to start somewhere. To be fair, I do like the boulders inside of the water. I do not like the surrounding area and stuff. I don't know what they did with the map, but I think those are tough blocks, so yeah. They either have to fix it or it's gonna be ugly forever. So since I gave all of my templates away as well, just to duplicate them for every other one of the server, I decided to think about more things to give to anyone else. And the first thing that came to mind, which I did, is I told them whenever they need to, they can grab iron. And of course, all of the other things at our farm. So of course I made a few changes, not a lot, I don't even remember all of them, but one of them that I've done, instead of a big wall, since the moss kept falling down as well, I decided to just get a glass roof on top of the sugarcane, which did help quite a bit because, well, the bamboo can't fall in, as well as for, of course, all the moss up all the way over there. Now, of course, there's so much more I need to do on this area, and like I may have said it before, I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to stream this a little bit more when I'm working on it, so you can see a little bit more of the behind the scenes instead of just like afterwards in like an episode like this one. Of course, since we built quite a bit in the last episode, I didn't feel like building again for a long time, so that's why it's just that community area thingy, little thingy at spawn, and well, yeah, I'm fine with it for now. And of course, next episode we will be building again. I'm just very hard working on it in creative mode. So yeah, I couldn't get that one done in time. So of course, I didn't want to let you on with nothing. So of course, we had to do something. Now in the meantime, I also decided to stream on YouTube instead, so that's gonna be probably a little bit easier for you if you don't have Twitch, or if you do like the videos themselves, of course. You can also just check out the streams But of course, we might also record some clips for the videos during the stream. So we will figure that out. And of course, the most important thing is we're going to be working mostly on this part, since I don't want to use creative and show you guys all the creative stuff, because otherwise I'm going to spoil the video. And yeah, all of this doesn't have to be in the video anyway. So of course, like you might notice, I tried to get a little bit more of the animals in the game. Like I got goats on on top of my cabinets, and I got a fox who wants to, well, murder, it seems. I think my bunnies. And yeah, of course I got the bunnies. So it's great, except for this guy. Now I think I just have to move those instead, because, well, I'm not gonna be able to move him, and if he comes loose, I think I think it's gonna be bad. Okay? All right, so let's hope that that's far enough. Or do you want my dog? I'm kind of curious. Do you want to kill my dog or my bunnies? Because if you kill any of them, I'm gonna kill you. But I hope not, because I just got you, and I don't want that. So yeah, I mean, can I just get my dog out of here as well? Because I don't know if he wants to kill my dog or just the bunnies. I need to know. Why did I even lead you? You can walk. Oh, you are such a murderous piece of junk. Don't you know that? You just took the one thing that I care about. Don't you know that? Have some chicken, please. Nice. I want my clock back. Goodbye. So, you're finally not trying to murder anyone? That's good. He just ate the chicken. To be fair, I didn't even know he did that. I hope he liked it, but you're gonna stay away from my bunnies, okay? Goodbye. For now. Now the bunnies will get their own place as well in the near future, probably. It might even be before I finish the village, because I'm struggling with the builds since, well, yeah, I'm not really much of a builder, as you might have noticed. I mean, some of the things I am very proud of, like the backyard and stuff right now, and the wheat field area thingy. I don't know how to call it yet. But still, I like certain parts of the things that I've built so far, but I am not always happy with everything exactly. Now, of course, except for this whole starter base and actually the whole island. So I really love this place. To be fair, I never thought I could make anything like this. Even a greenhouse, it's so much different than what I've ever built before. It's just trying it out over and over and over again. Even with the water and all of that, like, it's fake. It's all fake. This wasn't even supposed to be here, which makes me so much more happy anyway. Because, well, I did this and, well, yeah. I don't know. It might be silly, and I know there's so much more better builders outside on the YouTube and stuff. And yeah, I'm still trying and I'm still learning, and I wish to be better. And that's what I'm going for, of course. That's why I create things like this, and things come to mind, and then I'll build it. And if I do it in survival first, it will work out quite a bit better, which is what I'm doing now instead of the impulsive building, because that building, it isn't as great. I'm not glad about it. Well, just about one thing though. So of course, just the part that I love about this place is the armor stands over here. Just chilling, having a barbecue, and doing awesome stuff. Now, that's the only thing I really love about this place, of course. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about it because, well, yeah, why is that? Oh, right, that's because of the bunnies. So yeah, I mean, I like the place. I'm not glad about the place too much. I mean, I could have done better if I went into creative first and tried it out a lot better, because the house is too, I don't know, plain. Yeah, even though it might have a little bit of variation in blocks and stuff, it's still way too flat, way too plain, way too cubicle. I don't like it. Now, we got some of the bees, of course, over here, which are stupid because I killed a lot of them when they went outside. And of course, we still got, okay, we got quite a bit, and we can't stay around too much since everything is a little bit loud over here. So let's get out of here again. So for now, of course, I got another quick update. Like you might notice, it's gonna be hidden once I get another map over here, of course. But we got a hopper over here, And we got a good reason therefore, and that is of course to get our sugarcane in here. Now, why do I do that? The reason therefore, of course, is most of them, not all of them, but most of them will be traded with paper instead, because, well, yeah, that's all they really got. And of course the other ones, we got some with bookshelves and stuff, which we will do later. And I first will have to get them all down again. And once I get them all to just one paper for one emerald and stuff, it's gonna be amazing, to be completely honest. Now, this whole thing is somewhat empty, and it's gonna take way too long to show you guys. But if I just press this one for a second and turn it off again, we got another sugarcane farm just hidden in there, of course. So it's gonna rain a little bit of sugarcane. Now we gotta wait a little bit, because it always takes a little bit of time to get here. But I'm totally fine with it. You almost get one full chest. And I don't mean a double chest, of course, just a small chest, but still. You get plenty of it over here. It shoots out on top of you, which I do think it's amazing. First I was like, you have to stand over here, but I was like, nah, that's not gonna work. Then I was like, but I can't place anything over here thanks to the map and stuff. Of course I can just push back the map a little bit, and I will do that probably as well. I'm not entirely sure. I might just leave it like this, or I have to just get it just right. Like right now over here is 4, over here is 0. So if I just do 2 more over here, then it's 2 and 2. So we might do that, but I'm not entirely sure thanks to, of course, this. Now it will be hidden, and it's going to be more amazing, of course, because even though we don't have a lot just yet, it's already 1.5 stack of sugarcane. It's just the same one as we built in the farming area, but just a little bit more plain and a little bit more lit up inside of here. I don't even need gamma, so much light is in here. So of course, with that done, I also have to show you one more update. Now the first one you might just hear, I'm not entirely sure, I don't have sounds at the moment, but we got plenty of new mobs or edibles and stuff inside of the game, and I decided to do that. Of course, again off camera. I should have done that again on camera, but I didn't feel well enough to stream that day. So yeah, it was yesterday. I didn't feel good enough, but we got at least all of the frogs now, which is amazing. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna use them for like a frog farm or anything. Frog light farm, whatever. But I might not do that because Boss already built one, and if I AFK on his, I can just take some stuff. But of course I will AFK for a little bit longer, because yeah, I don't need all of it, and that's fine. So yeah, we got all of those now, and I might just make like a sanctuary for them or whatever it's called, just like a place to live and stuff. And of course I don't know how high they jump, but there's got to be a little bit of a bigger wall on top of them, or a ceiling. Now one of the things that I've done as well, oh, you were a puppy, I got you. So I need one more, and I can get one more. But we got, of course, armadillos, so we now have dogs in armor, which is quite amazing. I like it. I decided to go for all different colors that I got right now, and I think that looks amazing. I just like it so much, but I didn't want to do just one color, because why it would be, right? Otherwise it's only gonna be purple, which is also amazing. I really like it. They're too cute. But I'm gonna get all of the dog breeds as well later. Right now I just got the plain ones, or the normal ones. I don't know. Those we got back then, so that's good. Now I don't know if that's a thing, but if you breed 2 normal ones in a different area, will you get the other one, or will you still get one of those? I do not know, to be fair. I have to look that up, and I will fix that, because I want all of the dog breeds, of course, as well. Now, of course, same goes for the cats, but that one's gonna take a little bit longer, since dogs are more, well, they don't run away, do they? So yeah. And over here I got my goats now, because of one reason. And that is, we got some armadillos. I even been getting a little bit more of them. I just brought 2 over here, of course. Had to do some hoppers. And, well, you get quite a bit of scoot. I didn't even know they pooped them out or something. It's like armadillo poop, I guess. I don't know. It's totally fine. I think it's amazing. It works. You get the armor. It's way too much. I'm not going to do this forever. So, yeah, I don't need all of them. I'm not gonna leave a farm or anything, so I'm gonna put them somewhere someday. And I have a certain thing in mind that I want to do with all the animals, and that is probably, well, just get a little bit of a house for them. Now I do have a little bit of a thing that I think I want to do with all of those animals, and they will get their own location and stuff, of course. So the armadillo will not be doing this forever until this chest is full. I'm not gonna keep going afterwards. And of course, we got the fox as well, by the way, of course. I'm not sure how I'm going to work with him. Depends on if I get another one, of course. But what I'm thinking about is I might just add some houses all around here, just standalone houses and stuff, like this one, of course, and just make some pathways through it and all that kind of things. I think that might work, and if we get a lot of standalone houses around here, I think that will be amazing, just for every single kind of animal and stuff. So yeah, they're not all at my house, so it's not gonna be cramped up and stuff. The whole area is somewhat done anyway. Of course, there might always be changes, but we'll figure that out later. For now, we don't need it. So yeah, I think maybe standalone houses, but I'm not entirely sure. Might be that for the next episode, and otherwise the village or something. I'm gonna work hard on that one, of course. So like I said, I don't know what to do in the next episode just yet. I'm still thinking about it, and of course I do want to get the village done for next video, but there's no promises since I really don't know how much I yet have to do, since I'm only working on the second or third build or something. I think it's the third now, but yeah, I think I had one more, but that's from someone else's design, so I'm not gonna count that one really much, but it's there and it's gonna be in there. And yeah, just changed up a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, of course. That's something to look forward to for the next episode, of course. I really hope you did enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Welcome back to the Forever SP server. My name is GeekSqueek, and today we're gonna build up a farming area. Now, of course, with that said, I started over here. I was working on the villagers, trying to get them lower. Now, I didn't know that it wasn't possible anymore. I didn't know that. The villagers like this one, the paper, it doesn't go lower than 19 anymore. Same goes for most of them, as far as I recall. And well, yeah, that's not the problem. It's just quite annoying from time to time. But with the big sugarcane farm that we got, I think it'll be fine. And of course, some of them, like this one, it has still 14 for a book. It doesn't go lower. Well, that's totally fine for now. And of course, we got some more, like this one over here, which is 42. And we will try and get them lower, but they weren't going lower as far as I know with those two. So yeah, we will figure it out. If not, then that's totally fine as well, and we will deal with it. So the thing that we are going to do today is, of course, something with the villager over here. Now, we will get more of those farmer villagers, of course. We will get a few of them, like maybe 4 or 5 or 6, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. And we will try and get some pumpkin and melon farms going. And I don't mean ones that are automatic or anything. We're just going to do it by hand, manually, and we will be fine with it. So, of course, we will try and get him lower in price first, and the same goes for the other ones. And I will figure out how I'm going to do that. If there's a way downstairs for them, I don't know. And otherwise, we will figure out another way, or another zombie or something. I do not know for sure. But that's one of the things that we will do today. And of course, we will build up an area therefore. Now, of course, it's not entirely sure how big the farm will be, but I will try and get a little bit of a thing going. And that's the thing, of course, that we will do out here, where we were talking about in the last episode as well, for a standalone house. And more of them, of course, coming later. But the first one I want to do right now is for the farmers. And the reason therefore, of course, is because, well, yeah, I'm kind of sick and tired of all the chicken that we're eating in the game. Because my guy is getting hungry all the time, of course. So that's one of the things that I want to do. Instead of chicken, just eat some golden carrots. But therefore, of course, we gotta do manual labor, which means we have to cut down some pumpkins and melons and stuff. And of course, we will make like a small field. Therefore, it's not gonna be massive, and especially not when we will get them to 1 each. So if that's possible with the villagers, of course, it seems like maybe not, but we will figure that out. So of course, the first thing that we are going to do is get the villagers lower, and I'll be back afterwards. Alright, so for now, of course, we got the first one over here, which is quite amazing. And of course, after getting this first one, we gotta get a little bit more of them. Now I'm thinking about 4 or 5 more. I'm thinking 6 might do the trick. It really depends. I think I want to start it with 4, and if that works out with them getting to 1 or so emerald instead, or 1 melon in each and stuff, then we will do 4. If that doesn't work out too well, then we'll go for 6, because that might just be a little bit easier. So of course for now, since we had to get this one over here, I thought like, why not try and get it all through here as well. So that's what we're going to do right now. And of course I need to break a little bit of my house off, but that's gonna be fine afterwards, of course. And yeah, we'll get there. Okay, so it is safe to say that they go to 1 pumpkin or 1 melon, as well as for the other ones that go to 1 emerald and stuff. And I am going for the carrots and stuff as well. I wasn't going to first, but I decided to do it anyway, because, well, it is a little bit easier and of course a little bit more labor, I guess. And that's something I like about it, of course, so that's why I want to do it. And I will try and get them lower. If that's not possible, that's totally fine. And of course, if it is, it's good. But if not, then it means more labor, which is a fun thing to do. Alright, so it is safe to say that this one doesn't go lower than 16, at least not for the first run after getting cured once again. So I'm gonna leave them like this, and I mean, it isn't too bad. 16 is not too bad at all. And of course, getting some of the crops done, it's gonna be easy. And so it goes for those two. Well, one of them is cured, and now they both are nice. And this one is at 16 as well, so I think that's the maximum, or the minimum, anyway. This one went down with 1, so it's gonna stay at 20. Well, you know what? I'm fine with it, to be fair. So let's just get started on something new, of course, and that is our build. Alright, so I did figure out the location where I want to build my farm, and that's going to lead up over here, probably next to the boulder, go over here. I have to fix some of the terrain, of course, which will be totally fine. I will do that later, or in the meantime, I guess. And I think I'm gonna build it just about over here, in the surrounding area, chop down some trees, and just get started on it. So it's gonna be, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be right around here. So this is somewhat flat, which is amazing, and I'm going to try not to do that all the time, of course, and try and keep some of the terrain later on with other builds. But yeah, that's gonna be for later. So for now, we will have to get rid of some of the trees and stuff, and let's get building. Alright, so the build is done now. Now, I did do a time-lapse before, but I changed up the whole design afterwards because I didn't like it at all. So, yeah. I decided to scrap the time-lapse and we got building after it again, but I left certain parts like the whole building and stuff, so yeah, the layout is a bit different. That's why there's no time-lapse, but the build is done. Alright, so if we walk down the road, we can see our new farming area. Now, of course, it isn't that big, but it is bigger than I intended to do anyway. So it's still somewhat big, but it is not big. I mean, the house, it's fine. It's just fine. I added all of those in here as well, just to do a little bit of extra. So we get, of course, a little bit of the glowberries as well in the meantime, which is amazing. Now I do have to watch out a little bit. You don't get much, but yeah, of course, if you really need it, you just bone meal it. But yeah, I was like, you know what, this is something like a good design. I was looking up for something like a farmer house, and I found those as well. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna add those over here as well. So this is something that I didn't do or design or whatever. So yeah, this one I did get from the internet. So of course, like you might notice right now, we have a lot of the pumpkins and stuff growing already. Now you might think like, why do you place fences in front of it? Well, it's more for in the middle to walk through, I guess. That's why there's more paths and stuff. I decided to go for a gravel and andesite path. I like that quite a bit. It kind of blends in, especially when you just have one block of or one slab of andesite. Because, well, those are for water, most of them, at least some of them. There's only a couple of them. I mean, I don't know. maybe 12. It's not that much, so that's good. Now, of course, right now I also added, of course, dirt over here, so if you get rid of it, nothing will turn into grass or anything, because, well, that's kind of silly. So now it'll stay like coarse dirt, which is amazing. And of course we can get a little bit of the pumpkins. So let's just get a few of them, since it's not all grown yet anyway. And the same goes for the melons, of course. Alright, so I just got a couple of them. And let's get inside. So inside I did a bit of a design. It's not all designed. I think I want to add more later, like a spark blossom inside of the ceiling for a little bit of an effect over here, of course, which I do like, and I might do that. I think I will. And of course, yeah, we got some pots, and finally with a little bit of detailing around, of course, which is a thing I like. So of course I added some of the armor stands over here as well, with like this one is of course a pumpkin, just standing a little bit sideways instead of just all flat like that. And of course one of the melons over here, because why not? I was like, you know what, we got a melon, pumpkin on that side, let's do a melon on this side. And of course I added a little bit of barrels, which I do love quite a bit. It just gives something like life to it, of course. One fell off, the other one's still on top. And yeah, I like that quite a bit. Now I'm thinking as well, I haven't done it yet, of course, but I might have to get this one just right in between here, because, well, otherwise it doesn't really make sense. Or I have to do them more to the right and something, I don't know. Or just place something else then and stare over here, I don't know. But I do like it quite a bit, of course. And we got also some custom hats that we could have gotten or made, of course, because, well, we got a thing that we can just make them, which is amazing. I like it, because I like those things quite a bit. It's just a little bit more detailing, of course. Now, those jerks are standing on top of some carpets with some honey blocks underneath them again, of course. And I decided to put them all in each corner. The ladders are here for no reason. I just wanted to add a little bit more detail. And of course, the jack-o'-lantern is quite nice, I believe. And yeah, this just works out quite a bit. So I have been trading a little bit with them already. That's why I already had some golden carrots. And yeah, I mean, they work. And that's something good, because I finally don't ever have to eat some chicken anymore. So that's a good thing. Now, of course, I also added, to be fair, I didn't even realize that I placed all my junk in there. I mean, that was kind of, this was all that I had removed from before, when I was working on time-lapse. This is what I had. And yeah, like I had crop fields and stuff. That's kind of what I had. Well, I decided not to go with that, of course, anymore. So yeah, I got rid of it. Now, of course, if we go out over here, this whole area used to be a wheat area or carrot area or potato, and it went around all the way. Those were 3 right, or instead of a 4th, and it went all the way over here with stone. I will just show you guys a picture, that's easier. But to be fair, I didn't like it, so I got rid of it. Alright, to be honest, there's one thing. I was AFK for a hot second, and I didn't even realize there are so many zombies over here, because, well, yeah, it's all dark around here, of course. So we got a little bit of a zombie invasion here. So I'm glad that I did do the doors the other way around. So now they're so-called open, that's why they're trying to walk in, but they can't, of course, which is amazing. But, right. Yeah, I need to fix that. I didn't think about it, so yeah. I mean, I don't want them to be scared the whole time, of course. So yeah, that's something to work on. Now there's one more thing I didn't really think about at the time when I was building up my farming area. Of course, afterwards I went over here and went and get myself a map, of course, because, well, I had to fix the map because it got a little bit changed. But now, of course, it did change again. So this is what it looked like back then. And I really didn't like it at all, especially on the map. But yeah, for itself, it didn't look good either. So let's just walk around with this one and go back over there. Alright, so let's just take it easy. I turned bobbing off for a hot second so you can just see the map. And yeah, we will see it get changed because I had to do that. And right now already it started out, which means we will have to fill in a little bit of area with more trees or stuff. Or something else I'm not sure about yet. And of course also the whole farming area got redesigned because it wasn't exactly the way I wanted it to be. So I had to change that, and now I have to AFK here until it's all full, because otherwise it will look stupid. So yeah, I'll have to add a little bit of the melons and stuff. So yeah. But that's what the map looks like right now. So that's quite a bit different from what it looked like before. And of course, yeah, I think it's a lot better right like this right now. And yeah, we're gonna probably, I'm not sure just yet. I think I might just add some trees for now, and we will fix it up later. Same goes for around the sides and stuff. I had to get rid of some of them because of the rock stuff thingies. I don't know, something like that. And of course I need to fix something else as well, and that is over here. I wanted to leave it open, but with all those zombies running around, I can't, because if they go over here and they walk through here the whole time, it's gonna be a mess, and they might just trample my crops. And yeah, let's just make sure that that's not possible, because I don't like that. Alright, so it's been a minute ago, and I have been working on a little bit of the things. It's just some smaller fixes, of course. Like the first thing, I had to wait for a long time to get all of the pumpkins and melons in there. Now, I was thinking about it, and I was like, why didn't I even just place them inside instead? Because on the map you will not notice the difference, but sure. So I have been AFK for way too long over here. But we finally got that done, so that's amazing. And yeah, even though I didn't do that because I'm stupid, well, yeah, we can actually just use those pumpkins and melons or scars to get some more golden carrots and emeralds and stuff, which is amazing. So that's something I'm glad about. And I did fix it with the zombies, at least for the sides anyway. I mean, just a little bit more fences and stuff, and I'm fine with it. It just leads up until here. At least it's better. The zombies will only go to this door instead of the other side, because last time, of course, as well. Now, one of them already was trampling a little bit of my crops. Not too many of them, but still, I don't want that to happen again, so I am glad with the fix. Although it was a simple fix, of course, and maybe, I don't know, it seems so weird, this episode. I mean, I like the builds, I like the farms, also for the glowberries, I like it. But I'm still very glad that I got rid of the crop farms on the front side with all the stone and stuff. Even though I did somewhat like it, I started to hate it real quick as well. So yeah, I'm glad that even though it was a lot of work to place it down, I'm just glad that it's gone now. And we finally got something beautiful out here, which I love. So this is a lot better. And even though it's more squarish again, like, well, sometimes a lot of things with me, I don't care, because I love the build. Now, of course, later on we will get more builds done just in this area, of course. And even though I was thinking to get them a little bit closer to one another, already by noticing that this one is quite big and that one isn't. Well, since this one with the plot farms, of course, or something is a little bit too big, maybe I may should have placed this one someplace else. But I didn't realize that until later. Now if we go back all the way over here just to check one thing out, and that is the area a little bit better. I do like it still. I just need to add a little bit more trees around it again, because it's a little bit too open right now. So we'll have to fix that, which I will do soon, before the end of the episode, of course. Now what I'm thinking about is, where shall we go next? Of course, because if the builds are this big and you want to have a little bit of forest in between them and stuff, then I don't want to build something in between over here. But that does also mean maybe I have to go all the way out there or something like that, or maybe over there, or maybe over the hill and stuff, you know? So yeah, we got plenty of things to do just yet. And of course I need to get more villagers, more of the kinds or stuff or things. I already got one more in the works as well, which will be probably on top of this mountain instead. So it will not go down anywhere. It's a little bit too big and a little bit too different therefore. And it's probably going to be around here. And it's going to be something related to Halloween-ish. Not really, but something like it. So, I don't know. Something like that. Of course you will know that when the episode happens, and I will say it as well, probably. Like, this is more related to the spooky stuff. So yeah, that's one of the things that I want to do, of course. Now, of course, one more thing. I want to get more villagers, and I have been brewing them probably. Yup. That was an accident, to be fair. I forget to turn the thing off, but at least we got plenty of villagers now again, and I will use those villagers probably as well in something for brewing area, something for masons, something for whatever else we got for the things. Like I'll show those, I forget what they're called, but the ones with the loom thing for the wall and stuff, we got one of those as well, which I will use probably around somewhere. And yeah, even though it might just be more for sheep, I'm not gonna place it near the sheep, of course, or maybe I am. Maybe, I'm not sure. It's just a simple thing, and of course we will figure that out later. Now I'm thinking about it, to be fair, just one for only the wool and stuff. Well, that one, the sheeps are in the back. Yep. Why are some colored? Okay, well, that's fine. I might even just be simple and place one over here, one of the villagers. I don't know. Maybe to keep it simple, you get some honey blocks over here so they can't jump out, and just make it go around maybe a little bit further out instead of just those two. Just maybe until here, and then something like a trapdoor or anything, and get rid of a little bit of the hay bales. Probably the first two, or just this one because they can't go over here. Or just get a little bit more honey blocks, I guess, and that will be fine as well. So yeah, that might be a thing. And I will do that probably just in between episodes, of course, because that's a little bit of a simple thing. But of course, later on, we will get so much more done around here, which will be amazing. For now, anyway, they're going to be related more towards to the villagers. So, of course, like right now, the one is for the farmer villagers. The other one will be brewing someday. And we will get the loom then, of course, and all the others. I'm not sure how many there are anymore. I kind of forget. And for the masons, I already have something in mind. I haven't been working on it just yet, but I have something in mind that might be awesome. And yeah, we will figure that out later. So, me and Camille, because that's his name, gonna say goodbye to you guys, because it's gonna be the end of the episode right now. And I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Welcome back to the RickyCFT server. My name is Josh Bowers, and today we're gonna build up a brewing area. And with that said, of course, it's gonna be a big cauldron where we get some brewers in there, as well as some automated brewing area. So with the brewers, I just mean the villagers, the clerics, I guess. And yeah, I'm gonna add some of those, just about 9 or so of them. And further than that, we're gonna build up a little bit of the automated brewing systems that we got going. So of course, instead of just using this one for every single one over and over and over again, because that's what I've been up to, I'm gonna change that up, of course, and just fix it with the automated brewing system. Now the location of our brewing area is going to be on top of the mountain, and of course we're gonna change this whole area up because I don't like it like this. I don't like the pot soil, for instance, and there's way too many trees around here. Now one of the things that we're going to do, let's go on free cam real quick. One of the things that we're going to do is we are going to build our area right about over here. And it's going to be, the front side's going to be around here. So like steps down and stuff and that kind of thing. So it's going to be on top of there. But we're going to get rid of all the pots over here, all the trees over here, all the boulders. And of course all the coarse earth and stuff. So we're going to change that up into grass, because I do like that quite a bit better. And later we will terraform this whole area up a little bit better. Now of course the first thing we need to do is get rid of all the coarse dirt and the pot soil and stuff. So once we've done that and got rid of all the trees and the boulders and stuff, it's gonna be terraformed on a later date probably. That's something I got in mind I want to do. As well as I want to make a entrance like to the mining or something like that. So that's going to be probably over here. I might just change it up quite a bit so it doesn't have to be diagonal again, because the diagonal building stuff is not working out too well for me. So yeah, I don't like to do that all the time. So I want to change it up quite a bit, of course. And of course later on, once we terraform this whole area up to something more beautiful, we will add more builds, and a pathway, at least one pathway to get all the way down, and probably some other things we will add around here as well. And of course more in the surrounding areas downstairs, like the farm over there, the bee farm over there, and we will probably add some more stuff just about around the edges all around the mountain, because why not? I mean, it's something we can do. So of course, with those things said, this will be done all on stream for once. So if you weren't there, I did stream again, and I mean, yeah, I know I always stream on inconvenient times and stuff, and I know I need to fix that, but I'm not gonna, because I know I'm not able to do that since I got work and stuff. So I've been gathering a little bit of the cats and stuff, and a little bit more of the animals, and of course one of those are all the cats. I got all of them. I got all 11 of them, and yeah, I'm glad about that. It took me a bit of time, and that's one of those things, of course, again, that I had to do on stream, but I didn't, so I'm very sorry about that part. We will get all the bunnies later, as well as all the dogs. I haven't found any of them yet, so that's good. And of course we got an ocelot over here, which is amazing. Now of course you might notice there's a railway going down here again. Yeah, I changed it up a little bit, and I got my villagers to go in here again. But I did change it up a little bit upstairs as well. So instead of the usage of the tower, because I got quite annoyed by it, I changed it up into the glass over here. So yeah, I changed it up like this, and the reason therefore, of course, is because this was quite a bit easier to do. And is it beautiful? No, but to be fair, I never come upstairs. I never even sleep in this bed. I'm never here. I always sleep underneath my stairs for some reason. And now, of course, even I added the bed over here because that's even easier than that. I'm changing up a lot of things, and yeah, I'm fine with it. So of course, how this one works is fairly easy. Of course, now instead of going all the way up, they, well, fall down. The way that this thing works at the moment is, of course, I open that one, nobody can come out, as well as for the small ones, because it's one too low for them, so they can't do nothing. And of course all I have to do is press the button on the dispenser, get the water, they will all go all the way over there, which is totally fine. And we will do that, and we got a villager. So it's kind of the same concept, it's just downstairs instead of upstairs now. And of course that makes it quite a bit easier to do. Now of course, with all of that said, let's get started on times right now. Alright, so there you have it for the time lapse, and of course it took me quite some time to get it all done, to be fair. Now of course, one of the fun things about it is, because I was doing it just about like these, of course, because I was working like that with a shovel and a hoe, it turned out to be a little bit quicker and a little bit easier, except for the fact, of course, that, well, yeah, it took a little bit of time still, because yeah, it's a lot of work getting everything converted from potsoil and coarse dirt to grass, which is still quite amazing to get done like this. And I am glad to get it over with, because it took me, I think, maybe about 13 or 14 hours. I'm not entirely sure, it may have even been a little bit longer. I've been terraforming just a little bit, not too much, because you might notice that as well if you go up in the air. I did terraform it a little bit, and the only reason therefore was because there was a lot of holes around here, thanks to, of course, all the boulders and stuff. Now, I did keep most of the, what do you call those things again? Most of the holes and stuff, like mine areas, I think, and that kind of things. I left every single one of those things, because we might just use them to get downstairs as well, or certain ways like that. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. I just went and got this all done, and after that I was thinking about getting something else done as well later on, because when I build stuff I always think about one more thing, and that is I might use all of those small patches like this, and probably, well, not all of them anyway. I had a certain one in mind, which is, I think, over here. This one. I might use this one as well to go downstairs. Now, of course, it's dark right now and stuff, and I'm thinking about it just to get another way to get down, because this is not gonna be the only way then. But I'm thinking about getting it all, like a tunnel done all the way until the lower level. And I'm not entirely sure where it will lead to, of course, but it will lead to the waterfront at least. But that's gonna be done later, because it's gonna be probably, if I gotta be honest, it might just be around this area. And of course we will get rid of all the trees and the coarse dirt and the pothole over here as well. Just this whole area might be dug up, or at least done with the same way as I did every single other thing, of course. And the boulders and stuff, everything will be gone. It will be terraformed a little bit better, for sure, because it doesn't look too well, I think. And of course, one of the other things that I had in mind, which is one of the things I want to do for probably the next episode or so, is work on this river over here. And I want to make it a little bit wider as well as a little bit deeper. And I want to get that all the way down until the ocean or so. So I want to get that one all the way done. Like, of course, over here the river kind of stops, but we're gonna make it work and get through there. And of course it's gonna be a little bit wider, probably as wide as this one is. Maybe even a little bit wider to get it all done correctly. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but that's one of the things that I've been thinking about. And of course getting every single thing of this, the trees and stuff, probably gone. At least on this side anyway. The ones on that side I'm not sure about. Maybe for future projects we will change that up and stuff. But I'm thinking about getting rid of most of the trees and pothole and coarse dirt and boulders and maybe even a little bit of water and stuff. I just want to make this whole world more beautiful, and I decided to stay mostly around this area. And of course I have something else I've been working on, of course, and that is my industrial part. And I'm thinking about building my factory once it's someday done. It's not even close to being done or anything, but once that one is done, I want to probably just build it over there at the waterfront, where we got the ocean part, of course, with the creeper farm and all of our industrial builds thingies. So I might just leave it over there and just build over it, or around it anyway. But I'm still debating about it. I'm not sure yet, but I'll figure something out later. And of course I will make it all spawn proof so nothing gets messed up with the creeper farm. So yeah, it should be fine, right? And if not, then that's fine too. We will figure something out later. It doesn't mean we need it too much yet, but that's fine. Now, of course, we gotta get a way down around here as well. Now, I'm not entirely sure where I will do that, but well, it might just work around here, going down, leading it down a little bit more over here, and probably going down like that. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it just yet. It might also just be in the back, because if we go over here, all of this is a little bit more easy going, I guess. Yeah, so we might even use the backside instead, because it doesn't really matter. Not everything has to point exactly to our starter base, because, well, the surrounding area is gonna be filled up someday as well anyway, and it doesn't mean we have to just point everything at our starter base anyway, so that's fine. Now, I did get busy, and I got all the resources I need for the build as well, because, well, yeah, that's one of the best things I was working on anyway. It took me a little bit of time, but yeah, for the cauldron, we got a lot of things that we needed, and I think I gathered all the resources by now. I really think I did. And yeah, it's gonna be a massive thing, I guess, and I'm going to try something else out as well. Not sure if it's gonna work, but that's why I'm gonna use them both. So what I'm going to do is use the replay mod, the one that we used before with the mountain and stuff, and I'm gonna try out flashback as well. So I'm gonna do both of them, just because I'm not sure if flashback will be fine or not, and I will just try it out and see how that one goes. And if it doesn't go too well, or I don't know how to figure it out just yet, I will just fix that. And of course sometimes you find some more. But yeah, I'm gonna try both of them and I will see what happens. Now, of course, after the build we will be back again, and we have too much to talk about because the build is gonna be amazing. And of course it's Halloween like, so well yeah, it's kind of for Halloween. And I've been thinking about something else as well, but I'll do that after the time lapse. So without further ado, let's just get started on the build right now. Alright, so there you have for the time lapse, and of course we start out at the entrance over here because we're gonna get a tour through here. Of course it's not too much of a tour anyway, we don't have to talk about too much, but still I do like the details that I got up in this build, especially since, well, this build took me a little bit of time to build up, and I don't mean just in survival, I also mean in creative. I'm working on this one quite a bit longer than I'm used to. Now, of course, we started over here. If you need any of the netherwart stuff, I always get the name. If you need any of the netherwart stuff, you can just go down here, of course, and just grab it when you need it. So that's easy. So everyone don't have to bother, I guess. And of course, we got a armor stand in the middle over here, which I've been working on for a little bit. And of course, we got a netherite hat. We got our face because it's us. We got a dragon's breath, and we got, of course, full netherite gear. Now, I'm thinking about adding one more detail, and that is a sword, probably inside of a dragon's head over here. So this pillar thing will be gone, and we will place the dragon's head over here, probably, or something like that, and with a sword inside of his head, and that's gonna be a netherite sword as well, just because I like to do that as detailing, of course, because why not? It's a little bit expensive, but I do not mind, because this is, of course, a server that's gonna be forever. Now, I might notice we got some gaps over here. Just 3 of them on this side, 3 on them that side, and 3 over there. And we got those, of course, because we're gonna add some brewers in here, some of the clerics. And yeah, they're gonna get in those spots, with, of course, just a broomstick in front of them. But I might even get them one higher. I don't know. I don't think so. I'll just place them on the ground a bit. And that's one of the things that we will do over here as well, of course. And one of the things that I really like about this place is all the fire around it. It's just a little bit of soil underneath, of course, with, yeah, the blue fire. I thought it was more appropriate in this build than the normal fire. So I was like, you know what, we'll add that color. And as well, of course, I think lighting it up with a little bit more fire is more for Halloween and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of why I did it. And I just enjoyed it quite a bit. Now, of course, you might notice the ceiling. It is all just a bunch of stuff. You could say goo or anything. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Just an elixir mix or something. And yeah, if we go upstairs, because that's also a thing we can do, is, of course, we got this whole thing still. But we also got water breathing, which we can just get by pressing the button over here. Now, I did do just about the potions that we might use sometimes, because I don't really use potions that often, but if we do, we just got them over here, like slow falling and stuff. But one of the things that I yet have to do is collect the stuff and things for it, to add it over here. And of course we can go inside over here. I will add some of the item frames just so I always remember where it has to go anything, like, of course, like for instance netherwart, then of course the stuff to mix it with, then redstone and gunpowder. That's kind of the way we will do it. And I'm not gonna this one has to be filled up with water bottles, and of course we can get that through the stair easily. And yeah, that's kind of the easiest way to do it as far as I recall. So that's how I'm going to do it. And yeah, we got a few of them, just about 8 or so. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, we got 8 of them, which is amazing. And of course we got the bottled windows, which is great. Those are all empty, of course, because that isn't the front of the build and this is the front of the build. So this one I wanted to add a little bit of detail to. And yeah, I got a little bit of help from Boss and TimeArchitect because yeah, both of them, they helped me out when I showed off my building, just to add some little bit more detail and change up some things. And yeah, I'm very thankful to that because they helped me out quite a bit. So of course, further than that, I'm not sure about what I'm going to do inside over here, but I think I'm gonna leave it as far as it is because, well, yeah, you only have to press a button once everything is filled up, of course, and you'll get the bottles in here whenever you need them. And of course, every time you need it, just press it once, you'll get free. If you want more, sure, you can wait, but otherwise, just press it once, use it, and go. Because that's as far as it is, I guess. It's just the easiest way. Now, my way down is just like this, because otherwise I don't know. I didn't really think about the way up and down. So for up, I just really quick did this one because I was like, you know what, for some people that's easier. But going down, you know what, it doesn't really matter that much. So I decided not to go for anything special. And of course I can always just say one of those tubes is gonna be, of course, jumping down instead on just maybe like powdered snow. That's what I mean, of course. So if you use powdered snow, one side might work as well, but for so long I don't really care. So of course, if we go outside, we got a little bit of a thing over here leading up there because it's a little bit higher, which is amazing. I like it. I might have to change those out as well, but I'm not sure just yet. I might, but I might also not, because there might just be some other thing for like the pathway or something and all those kind of things. I don't know for sure. Now, of course, the location for this build has so its meaning, and that is just because I thought this was gonna be the best place to place it. First, it was going to be somewhere entirely different, which means it was gonna be sideways this way, and it was probably just gonna be over here instead, which means it was just someone in the middle instead of at a side, because on the back side over here, of course, we got a little bit less room now left, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. So we got it done like that instead. And yeah, it's exactly until the location where it has to be, and I think that worked out quite nice. And of course, I did add an awful lot of detail in here, and gathering the amethyst was a pain, but sure, we got it done. Everything else wasn't that bad, and of course we got some of it spilled all over the lid and stuff. And we got a spoon over here, which is amazing, with a little bit of darkness because, well, yeah, it was a little bit wet. And of course, yeah, the whole thing over here, which is amazing. I like it. I'm very glad about what we got built over here today. And yeah, this is all just detailing anyway. It doesn't really matter for the build itself, but it is something that makes it more beautiful, as far as I recall. So yeah, I'm glad about this part. I am very happy about what we made today. Now, of course, even in the meantime, I'm not sure how much iron we got, but I believe we got plenty. It's almost a full shulker full, which is amazing. Now, of course, I may have shown you guys what it was like at first, so it isn't that much anyway, but for just one iron farm, I think it is plenty. And getting it all full and stuff, it's amazing. Now, this whole island, of course, like I said before, we got a lot of things that we want to do with it. And yeah, we are going to do something with this, of course. This whole island, or mountain, I might say. I would say island for some reason. That's because of my other islands over there, which I've been working on a lot. And yeah, we're gonna change this whole thing up with pathways and builds and stuff and things, and I don't know, something like that. Now, of course, the first thing that we want to do is downstairs. Like I said before, the time lapses and stuff. I have been thinking about getting this whole river done first, because if I get this whole river done until like the ocean and stuff, we get this whole thing over here changed up quite a bit. Maybe we will add some water going over here instead of just cutting it off like what it is right now and filling this in. We might as well just use it to our advantage as well and just get it done like over here. Get a, I think maybe a waterfall going down. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go freaking real quick. I'm not sure if we're gonna do it over here, but at least somewhere around here. Maybe at this location, because it's more steep, that might work out a little bit better. So we might just add a little bit more of a lake as well down here, just to fix it up a bit. And get, of course, like a waterfall going down. And from there on out, I want to make a lake somewhere around here. I might add it over here. I'm not entirely sure. But something like that we might just do. And of course, from there on out, I can just create some builds and create some pathways and that kind of stuff. Maybe even a way down, which is probably, like I said, gonna be on the backside. Because I'm not entirely sure how else to do it. Because that it's a little bit lower. Because over here it is a little bit better to go down, it seems. Like even over here probably, just like that. I'm not entirely sure. Just going over here maybe. Then like over here, going back over here, which leads over here. Which will lead to this base, of course, which is amazing. And otherwise, even that seems a little bit better. Go down over here and like that. Or we might even do it a little bit differently, and that's why I don't know yet, because I always change my mind at the last minute or so. We might just get a pathway like leading over here, going like that, going like that, going over here, just to make it less straight, because that's one of the things that I have to work on quite a bit, getting less straight builds done and stuff. Now, of course, I got that done quite a bit as well. I've been working on the fact that I don't want everything to be straight anymore. I want everything to be a little bit wobbled and, I don't know, a little bit weird. Just going everywhere except for just one way. I don't know. I just want everything to be a little bit more open-minded and just a little bit like a mess, but an organized mess, which makes it look good and that kind of thing. So that's what I want to do, of course, for sure. And of course, if we go back over here for a hot second, once we got all of the river done, we might also, of course, get rid of all the trees and stuff, like I said before as well. And we will get something good out of it, going all the way down. And maybe add some more builds downhill as well, which is gonna be amazing for sure. Maybe add a pathway going over here with a bridge over a little bit of a lake or a river thing over here, which is close by to the waterfall, which will make it look a little bit better, I guess. That kind of things. I really don't know for sure, of course, but I have plenty of ideas of what I want to do for the next one already. And of course, not just the next one, just for a lot of projects. I got so many things in mind I want to do. If I write them all down, which I do, then of course we will have plenty of things I want to do for the next few episodes or so. And yeah, I don't know why, but I'm going bigger. Every single time I want to go bigger. Like, even just getting the whole mountain done, like it isn't even the center of the video. I really don't care too much for it. I could have done just a location for that build, and I decided not to do that, of course, because I want to get everything done and I want to get a lot done. So of course we got the whole mountain done as well as the build, which is amazing because I want to go bigger every single time. I don't know why, I got a bug, I guess. I want to get bigger, bigger, bigger. And that is of course one of the good things, because the river is gonna take a long time to get done as well, which I'm gonna work on as soon as this episode is done. Because, well, yeah, I got nothing else to do but work on the next project. So that's what I want to do, is get the river done. Probably even a lake thingy, a small lake or whatever, just an extension over here, I guess. And of course the waterfall will be probably done later, or maybe even at the same time. I do not know, but I got so much to do. I want to get started on it right now. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye! Welcome back to the very recipe server. My name is Josh Bowes, and today I am gathering all the resources for the factory, which we're going to build in next episode. Now, of course, I'm not going to show everything to be done or anything. What I've done, of course, is gather a lot of the resources so far, and I am far from done, believe it or not. But yeah. Every single one of those is full, and yeah, we get a little bit more to go, and not just those, of course. Those are just the empty ones I got left for now. And yeah, after getting all of my resources, of course, we can finally build our factory. Now, I've been working on it for a bit already, and I really love that fact. But yeah, it's not going to be over here, of course, or around this area. It's going to be a little bit further out, not too far anyway, but a little bit further out. It's going to be on top of water, because I think that's the best way, because I also want to expand later on once I finally build up the factory and get started over there, because we are going to say farewell to our starter base. Now, of course, we're going to be around here a lot of times anyway, but it's going to be probably just working on things around here. Now, I want to call this mountain Merchant Mount, and that is because I want to get some more of the traders over here. So yeah, we will build some more houses over here and also some shops or something like that, which will get the traders in there. Just like with that one, of course, we got all the brewers. Now it's only 9 of them, and do I need them very often? Maybe, because I always like to get some redstone. But yeah, that's the only thing, I guess, and further than that, I haven't used them as much anyway. So it's kind of fine. And after building this one, I wanted to get all of this done, of course, so I did. Now, the only thing I really had to do just yet is get all the other builds done. Now, I need a world download in the meantime, and therefore, I cannot change this out, because I want to do it in creative, of course. I want to change this all out, all of this around this area, of course, get the water done and stuff around it, and build some more houses around here as well. Now, the factory is gonna be built on this area. And that means it's gonna be quite massive, to be fair. And I really love that. But yeah, it's gonna be quite big. Now, of course, you might notice as well, we got our farm area over here. Now, you don't see it all too well, especially when it's dark, of course. But this is, of course, where we got all our farms at the moment. And later on, because I will keep this for a bit until I got the factory all built up and stuff. And after that, I will change out the factory into all of those farms and stuff, and it's not going to be as massive or as silly as those are at the moment, because those are all just shown and I don't really care about all of those. But of course, I will make sure that everything will be a lot better, especially since when the factory is finally built up, I can add all the farms into it. And once I do that, it's gonna be amazing, because then you will not ever see those kind of farms again unless we are backstage, because sometimes things break and then you have to change that or something. So yeah, that's all I really have for the moment. And like right now, I got a lot of moss over here already. I will have to run it probably again. I have been doing that for a little bit again as well. And I got plenty in my base as well. I think maybe 4 chests full of shulker boxes. So that means 2 double chests, of course, full shulker boxes just with the moss blocks. And I'm not even sure if I got enough. So yeah, I'll be working on this for a little bit. Now, of course, once we finally got everything done and we get this farming area out of here, the only thing that will be left is the sugarcane farm. The bamboo farm will be changed out into another sugarcane farm as well down there. And of course, I will just get rid of everything else but the creeper farm, of course. The creeper farm and the sugarcane farm will stay. Anything else will go. Now, of course, like I said, we will also move to the factory instead of leaving around here. Now, the reason therefore is because that storage room is going to be a little bit more massive, and we're going to stay partially over there, but also partially over here, I guess. Because for now, the starter base, well, it's done. It's just a surrounding area that I will continue on working on, but the factory I will work on as well. So it's not just going to be a factory I'm done. We will also build in the surrounding areas probably, and we will add some more things, and later on someday it will kind of merge together is the plan. But I'm not gonna promise anything like that gonna happen quickly or anytime soon, but I will try my best. And I don't even know why I did throw them, but fine. Yeah, so for now I have been working a little bit on the sheeps, and I will need to get that started again. And one of the things that I like about the fresh animations and that kind of stuff is so much the ears with the sheep. No, they're so dumb. I don't like those sheep. They're so dumb. Up. Okay, I'm done. Who's stupid? I really love how their ears go. I think this is sweet. The little sheepy. So yeah, that's kind of a thing that I really like about this. So I don't even mind doing this, to be fair. I just like to look at the sheep. This is sweet. So yeah, we're gonna send it over here. And it will just jump in, get there, and I will get out. Now, I did fill them all in with shears already. So that's gonna be useful. I'll do it like this just for now. This is just a temporary farm. We will add another one. This is 64 slots for black sheep because, well, yeah. The reason therefore is because I need almost, well, 19.5 shulker box full of just black wool. And like I said, of course, before, we need, what is it? Jeez, 83.5 shulker box of moss blocks. So that's why. But I think I got plenty then, because, well, 54 in 2 chests, so 1 double chest is 54 I bet. So yeah, that's kind of nice, because I think I already got those, but I'm not sure about those, of course. I don't think I got enough deep slate, so I have to work on that, and the tough blocks and stuff. So we have a lot to do just yet, and even more down here. And yeah, we... we got plenty to do. Like you can see, 896,434 items have to be gathered for this build. And I'm not done yet. So yeah, I'm still working. I promise. I'm working so hard. But that's only the reason why I am making another episode, is because it's taking a lot longer than I anticipated. I didn't have the time to finish anything else in the meantime, so I'm sorry about that, but that's exactly why I am here again, and I just want to get you guys an update. Just a shorter video, but yeah, I'm still working hard on the factory at the time, and later on we will finish up over here on top of the mountain. I mean, not mountain. I just said that because I was thinking about the name, and the name is gonna be Merchant Mount, like I just said before. But I hope you guys like that name. If not, suggest any other thing that you might have in mind. There's gonna be shops on there with the traders in there, of course, like weaponsmiths and toolsmiths, and well, I think those are the same. Why am I saying those the same? And probably even a weaver and a fisherman hut, probably like a fisherman, I think, and that kind of things. The cartography table people, those thingies, and I'm probably gonna add all of them. Now, in the meantime, I have also been busy very much getting a lot of the emeralds, because I really like to get some emeralds in the meantime. And it may sound a little bit stupid, I don't know. But yeah, I found out another way to get some more emeralds, instead of just using the sugarcane to get the paper into, well, trading and stuff. So with those you can trade with this, but you don't have to do that. Well, at least if you are on 1.21 and lower, I guess, because in 1.21.1 and thing, I don't know, it's gonna be broken as far as I recall. So yeah, you're not gonna like to do it if you do it in 1.21.1 or above. So don't build this if you're in that version. If you are in 1.21 or lower, then it will work, otherwise it won't. So I got 2 string dupers over here. Those are not mine, just to say. I got them off the schematic internet thingy. I don't know what it's called. I'll put a link down in the description for the thing. And yeah. You probably heard them a little bit already. I did turn them down, I bet. Maybe all the way, I'm not sure. But I got 198. So yeah, almost 200 villagers just over here. So about 100 and 100 almost. Yeah, I went a little bit overboard with those. Now, the reason therefore, of course, is... because I wanted emeralds. And I've been getting them. I haven't done this too much because, well, it's a kind of exhausting to be fair. But I got item scroller, which means, that's a mod of course, that means you can favorite and trade, like I did over here, and you can see that on this icon over here, which decides that you can get, of course, the trade done rather quickly, because you can also just make a keybind or anything like that to trade automatically all of it in one go, in one click. Now what did I do? I did do right click as my go-to for the trade. So I click on him and then again just press right click once more. So it'll trade and I'll go to the next one. Boom, 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 boom. And so continue on. Now I did change it out a little bit, and the reason therefore, it might be loud. I'm very sorry about that. I will turn it down real quick. So in the meantime, I hope it's not as loud anymore. I have a little bit of nothing. I got a lot of wool over here. All in sugar boxes. And that's just from the string that I've been duping. And I know it isn't what most people like. To be fair, I really don't care. Okay, so I'm full. I'm not gonna use it now the whole way around. Usually it'll go in here, goes all the way through, goes up again, and falls back down over here. That's what I'm always waiting for it to loop. And the reason therefore is because, well, I got a lot of hoppers as well, like you can see right now. Those are all filled up with string, and well, yeah, I got a whole system thingy over here going on. So yeah, I have been working on this a little bit too much maybe, but yeah, I got plenty of sugar boxes full of those things now, and I really love that. But the reason therefore is because if it goes and loops and gets back over here, all I have to do is just boom, 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 and boom. And so I can continue on, and it's gonna be amazing. I don't do it all the time, and the reason therefore is because I don't need to or I don't want to. I haven't done it all that much anyway, since you can see it over here. Otherwise you will get about 2.5 stacks for one side, and of blocks of course. So yeah, 2.5 stacks of emerald blocks you'll get from one side, and you can do them twice. So you can do those one twice and this one twice, which is amazing. But yeah, maybe a little bit cheaty, I know, and I'm sorry about that, but this will be done or gone once we will update the server anyway. And yeah, we all know about it now, or at least me and Dev know about it. Dev built the same thing. It was like, oh, that's useful. So yeah, he built it as well, which is amazing. And I like it, and he does too. And yeah, it was more useful to get the fisherman in here, because yeah, you can see that over there. And what I also did is I got all the barrels full with string, because once the update is done, which will be someday, and I'm not sure when, I don't really care when, to be fair, but once the string dupers break, well, they will die, because like you might notice, my frames are very, very low over here. So yeah, that's a cool thing, I guess, once they're all dead. Yeah, so until then, yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. To be fair, the only reason why I built that thing and why I thought about that thing is because of them being so overly priced by now. You can't change it anymore. At least you can do it once and no more. So I can't get villages with just one emerald again, ever. Unless I'll start with a lower version, I guess, and I trade them first and cure them a lot until they are at 1. But yeah, that's for something else probably someday. But until then, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just glad that I found that out. I was thinking about that, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it like that. Now I know it's a little bit weird to get an episode like this out in the meantime, but I do this just because I'm not entirely sure how long it will take for me to get the whole factory built up and stuff, because it's gonna take a long time, I bet, to just build it up. Which means that, yeah, I'm not gonna stand around making no videos. In the meantime, I also want to get started on something else, and that is a hardcore series with a twist, of course, where you have skill levels and stuff, which is gonna be amazing, I bet. You start out with 3 hearts and you gotta live, and you can't collect everything until a higher skill level and stuff, which is gonna be amazing because that's gonna make it all so much harder. And that's kind of one of those things that I really want to do. So I am going to stream those, but I'm going to do that on Twitch. And I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to do that, but I'll let you know in the community tab once I do. Because yeah, I always like to just use the community tab for everything. I always like to keep you guys up to date. Before I was using Twitter, and yeah, I thought like the community tab is more logical since this is YouTube and people are watching on YouTube. So yeah, I always like to keep you guys up to date over there. If you didn't notice it yet, you'll find out once you'll check it out anyway. So if you do want to check out my community tab, go ahead, have at it, because it's going to be very useful. I always like to keep you guys up to date over there with just about anything that I'm doing or what I'm not doing or whatever. It depends on the updates that I have to give. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. It's a simple video, I know that, but the only reason therefore is because I wanted to let you guys know I'm not gone. I'm here. I'm just working very hard on the newest thing. Get out. Okay, well, in the meantime, I'm going to fix those stupid sheep that are running around. Jeez. So yeah, I'm going to work on my sheeps again. And once I'm done, I'm gonna gather all the other resources, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get all of the sheeps first, because yeah, then I don't have to AFK it all too much, because well yeah, I can just keep busy and keep working and get all my things done in the meantime. And then the sheepies will get all the rules shared over and over and over again with the cute little ears. I really love it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one, because the next one is gonna be a big one. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Welcome back to the very first SP server. My name is GeekSqueek, and today we're gonna give out presents. Now, of course, since it is almost Christmas, I feel like we have to give everyone something. Now, because I'm doing quite alright, I should say. I mean, I am doing kind of okay. I work hard for it, but I am doing okay. So yeah, I got some good things going at the moment. And one of those things is, except for the factory being done, because it isn't, of course. So since I'm still working hard on the factory, like you might see on this list, all of those things we still have to gather. Now, the tough bricks, I'm gonna try to get mainly by just going into a trial chamber, just to find out if there are some tough bricks I can collect, which always are there. I already have a lot of them, but not enough. And of course, a lot of tough more to go, and diorite and stuff, and andesite. So even a little bit more copper still. It's not as bad, but I still need a lot. And yeah, I'm still working on that, just by gathering a lot of tough and deep slate. The deep slate is done by now, but I still need to get a lot of tough. Now, what I want to do for sure is like fill all of those in with tough just yet, and after that we'll see how far we get along, because I'm not entirely sure if this is gonna be enough, because those are all full already and all of those are not, except for this one has a little bit in it, but not enough. Now, of course, we still got a lot of deep slate, and we will keep getting that, so that's a good thing, I guess. Now, there is of course this one thing that I've been up to, and that is I've been busy mining over here. This one was mainly for the deep slate, I guess, but after doing that one, I continued on a little bit, maybe a little bit hardcore, I don't know, but yeah, I just need a lot of tough, which means I've been working on this one as well. Now, there's one good thing about doing this, and that is of course that we get a lot of diamonds still hidden, or well, exposed by now, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more. And I'm still working on this layer. Like you can see, there's a lot of tough in here as well, which I'm getting. And after getting all of this stuff, I will get everything from the ceiling and from like just outside the border, because well, we got a border, which is where our beacon is. So yeah, that's the way it works. And of course, yeah, I will go outside just barely, because otherwise I can't insta-mine, and insta-mining is a lot better with the tough, of course. Now you might think like, what do you mean insta-mining and just doing it for the tough is not gonna cut it? No, you're absolutely right. Which means that, yeah, we got a little thing. And yeah, we can insta-mine Deep Slate. Once you get Strength 2 and Haste 2 and a Netherite, it has to be specifically a Netherite pickaxe with Silk Touch, Efficiency 5, Unbreaking and Mending. I'm not entirely sure if you can use Fortune at the moment. I think it was broken, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't care. I'm just doing it like this, so I can just do it easy, I guess. But still, it's still a lot of work. I mean, I'm working on this for days now, and I'm still not even close to done. Like I just said, yeah, we got a lot to do just yet. That's why we got another in-between episode. Now, of course, you might notice this episode is again going to be a little bit smaller and shorter, I mean, mostly. But the reason therefore, of course, is because, well, yeah, I just need to get something out to give you another update. And, I mean, this one is going to be a little bit more exciting, at least for me it is. And the reason therefore, of course, is because, yeah, we're going to give the presents to our forever crew. So I did come up with a present, which is in here. And I'm gonna show you guys that after I build up a Christmas tree, because yeah, that is something we have to get, of course. Now, of course, I'm gonna build it up at spawn, because, well, yeah, that's the main location for everyone, I guess. I guess. So we're gonna build up the tree there, and of course, what I'm also going to do is add some lighting to it, because I don't think it really has ornaments at the moment. And to be fair, I really don't know how that works and how to deal with that and that kind of thing. So what I'm just gonna do is get some of the pearlescent frog lights. Gonna grab some of those, and well, I'll grab them soon when they have AVD. I need some space, I guess. I don't have the green one at the moment. Well, that's fine. We're gonna deal with it for now, and of course we will see how it goes. So let's get over to spawn. Alright, so there we are. We are back at spawn. It's been a while. I don't come here that often, but it is a lovely place. I mean, look at it. And of course, there's people working over here as well. Not as far just yet, but they're working on it. They want to flatten this out, and I think they're gonna dig it all out quite far, or quite deep, or maybe even to bedrock. I gotta be honest, I do not know for sure. I don't know what the plans are exactly. But they're gonna build something over here. That's why the market area I built up was gonna be temporarily. Now, of course, you might notice that I do like giving away things like Flight 1 rockets and Flight 3 rockets. The reason therefore is because, well, yeah, I love to get Flight 3 because, well, yeah, those are powerful instead of Flight 1. And a lot of them just like to get the Flight 1, and that's totally fine. That's why we also get those now. And I like to give something to everyone. Like you might notice on the gifts that we're gonna give, and once you see what's inside, you might be like, what the heck is wrong with you? Or if not, then it's gonna be wonderful. I'm not entirely sure. And of course I will notify the forever crew, is what I like to call them anyway. I will notify them on Discord beforehand, before uploading this video, just so they get a chance to not watch my video and get spoiled. But that's of course going to be after building up the tree. Now, the tree is, I think, quite big. I'm not sure. I haven't built it, like I said. It's from TimeArchitect. And you know what? I think we're just gonna do it over here. There's snow here, which does make more sense, I think. I mean, come on, why not? Now, of course, once we have added the tree in, I will add the presents as well. And that's gonna be amazing, I think. Anyways, so yeah, after that we will add the presents to it. And of course I got some signs and some glow ink and a little bit of red dye, because it's a red gift. I want to make it red dye. And yeah, we're gonna just give them a gift to all of the members. So far it is 15, with me 16 that are active or kind of active or around, something like that. But of course, without further ado, let's get started on building a tree. Alright, so the tree is now finally done. It took me a little bit to get it together. Like I said, it's a tree that is from TimeArchitect. His link will be in the description, like always, because he's one of the members of the server as well, which is amazing. So yeah, we got the tree. There's no ornaments in there, like I might notice, but yeah. I tried to do it with a little bit of frog lights, but all the layers of snow were melting away. So I decided to get rid of them, and I'm fine with it for now. And maybe I'll add something later. I don't know what to do otherwise anyway, so I might have to think about that yet. But I do like the tree, and like what I've done as well is add everyone's presence down over here. There's currently 16 people on this server that are active or partially active, and all of those I did add already over here because everyone deserves a present. Now, of course, the only one who doesn't get a present is me, but that is because I am Santa. So yeah, I already gave myself a gift, the gift of giving. And to be fair, that's all I really need. I really like it. People are loving it as far as I know on the Discord. I showed them a picture of it with myself, with a little bit of a thing I said about Santa powers came to town. And yeah, they all are loving it very much, which is much appreciated. So yeah, we got every single one over here, which is amazing. I love it. And yeah, this is something that's just me. I can't not give anything. And of course we got like Def, Yezel, chest, shulker box of course. Now I forgot I didn't show you guys this, so yeah, here we go. We got some rockets, flight duration 1 I gave them because most of them always like flight 1, so we did those. We got some wither skulls for every single one of them, so they can get at least 2 beacons, even a nether smithing template for netherite upgrades, with a netherite ingot for every single one of them. And of course, blocks of emeralds as well. And some yeah, blocks of iron, because why not? And some diamonds, so they can do everything, whatever they want. Maybe even get gear or whatever they need. And it's a Christmas present 2024. Whatever they do with it, that's all up to them. And of course we also get a book in here. Merry Christmas forever SMP team. I just wanted to take a moment to wish you all a joyful holiday season filled with laughter, love and lots of Minecraft adventures. It's been amazing being part of this journey with you, and I'm so grateful for the creativity we share. Here's to a holiday filled with good vibes, cherished moments, and maybe even a few snowball fights, virtual or real. Cheers to an even more epic year ahead. Stay awesome and happy holidays. Josh Powers. Now, yeah, I kind of forgot about this already. It's a lot of fun, right? I mean, I love it. I really do. Getting everyone a present, that's exactly what we needed to do. So yeah, this is the present I wanted to give this year to them. I even went hunting for netherite. I got 14 left now, so I mean, I still got plenty. And I mean the ingots, not the debris or anything else, you know. So that's kind of nice. I really love this. I really love the tree. I really love the presents, and I hope everyone will love it as well. Now, of course, that's gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and have a happy holidays. So see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Welcome back to the SMP server. My name is GeekSqueek, and today we're gonna build up our factory. But before we will do that, I got some clips to roll. About 2 years ago, I started working on my solo survival series. I started out with a main base area, and I decided to go bigger with an industrial area. Now the industrial area wasn't planned at all, like you might notice, so it didn't look too well. I also started working on my Creative Mind series a lot to show my creativity a little bit more. After a bit, I did notice that it wasn't really what I wanted to do since, well, it didn't look too well. So about a year later, I started working on the Forever SMP server and decided to start out small after failing a bigger project. So after a while, I did realize I wanted to start out building bigger after starting out with a small area, which is of course my starter area. I did realize already that I was going bigger by adding the windmill as well as the farmlands over there. Although that was quite simple to build, it's now time to get started on the factory. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so there you have for those clips, and I showed you those clips of course because I wanted to show you guys how much I improved my building skills over the last few years. Like everything we've done over here, I love it so much, and yeah, it's so much better than what I've been up to before that, which was like 2 years ago when I started on my solo survival series. That was so long ago, at least it feels so long ago now, that it's kind of like I started over on my solo survival world and started over here. But except that, we got some people around instead as well, which is quite amazing of course. Alright, so of course I have been busy just a little bit over here, and with a little bit I mean I've been working for 2 days, and I mean quite a lot of hours. I think about maybe worth 18 hours or so, maybe longer even, just to get all of this done without a time lapse, because I didn't really care for it. The reason therefore of course is because, well, I felt like I had to get the basic part done, and of course like all those moss carpets over here, the whole moss layer, which is around, because that was about 85 or so shulker boxes full of just the moss. Further than that, we got all of our things that we need just yet over here, as well as just a little bit over here. Not much though, but just a little bit. I mean, I was working over here, and then over there, then everywhere. I've been quite busy, let's just say that. So I really want to get started on the build right now because, well, I've been preparing this for I think about a month now, for gathering the resources and stuff. It took me a long time to get every single thing done, and yeah, I mean, especially the other stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot of work. And this will be our main portal, and everything will make sense soon. So take one last look at this area, and of course I want to get started on the time lapse. So without further ado, let's just get right into it, because this is gonna take a long time to get done anyway. So without further ado, let's go! We're done. Finally done. Jeez, this took me a month to build. Alright, so there we have it for the time lapse. It took me, like I said, a month to build all of this up. And I even was in a hurry. At least for a bit. The reason therefore, of course, is because we had a tour on the server. I have not recorded any of that because, well, I was way too busy doing this. So I didn't really feel like doing that. So right now you might notice I am in my suit. The reason therefore is because I'm the CEO and I'm presenting to you my factory. So yeah, that's why I get my suit on. It's an old suit, by the way. This is from a solo survival series. So it's from back in the day, before I started even YouTube. I decided to get this skin just so I wanted to start YouTube later with this skin on. That was before I had my survival skin. So yeah, that's why I'm wearing this one. And as well, I really love this. It fits the vibe a little bit. So of course over here, let's just start on the side over here, by the way, because that's leading to the main factory anyway. And of course we got the silos over here, which are quite big. They're quite detailed as well, I believe. I really love what I've built over here. Those silos, I came up with them. I didn't even realize how to do it exactly. Just looked up some photos. I was like, you know what, that might work with all the grades and stuff. Since we got those copper grades now, that's amazing for this kind of build, right? So I figured let's just add that to it. There's no way to get up there with stairs or anything, but I really think if we add stairs to this, it is gonna be ugly. So I'm not gonna add stairs. I like it the way it is right now. Like you can just walk around over here the whole time, which is gonna be amazing. It's just an easy way to go around. It's a little bit more detail, right? And every single thing in this factory is spawn proof, by the way, just so you know. So that's kind of amazing. So let's continue on. And of course, I didn't even show it, I think, but well, you've seen plenty of them by now because I add a little bit too many of them, I guess. All the lanterns. It's a lot. It's way too many. Anyway, but that was before I added some other lighting sources and stuff. But that's fine. I'll leave them in because I like them. It doesn't really matter. At nighttime it looks amazing, I think. So that's good. But I designed it myself. But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be the first one who built this. Or maybe I am. I don't know. I love them. I really like it. I felt like I need to get something done myself. So the lantern has to be done myself. Okay, in the factory and stuff, but still. Now, of course, like you might notice, we got a side entrance over here. And yeah, it's quite an amazing big opening. The reason therefore is because I liked it better to make it big, because otherwise you won't see it. Like if you just did this, it was gonna be stupid, I feel like. So right now we got an entranceway like over here, and from the outside it looks like this, and I think it looks very good. I'm glad about it. I also added some cobwebs at the last minute. I was like, you know what, that makes more sense, I think. So I thought like, why not? So of course if we walk over here, I think I might have to add something over here, by the way, because it's kind of empty. But I did add like an area over here, so you can just take your lunch or something, take a drink and whatnot. I will add some more armor stands later on as well, by the way. There's a lot of armor stands that will be around here, not too many. I don't need like 1 FPS the whole time. Like right now I'm good, 119, 120-ish, always, and that's good. But once I'm inside my storage room, which is of course a warehouse, which I will show last, yeah, then you will notice the FPS drop. And it's only getting worse, trust me, it will get worse. So over here, I want to add a armor stand as well. I probably get rid of those windows, by the way. And like armor stands over here, probably waiting in line or grabbing something. And I'm not entirely sure yet, but that's something I want to do. Just give it a little bit more life with armor stands and stuff. I think that's going to be amazing. And I will do the same inside of the factory. Okay, I can see a face in this right now. Dang it. I didn't notice until now. So yeah, I will add a lot of armor stands, especially inside as well later on. But the inside I have to yet do. I'll go in gamma mode for now so you can see a little bit better, otherwise it's gonna be stupid. But yeah, I'm not going in anything except for this one because, well, yeah, like you might notice, there's nothing in here. That's all future projects, and I need to learn to fly.
You might notice we got some of those tunnels over here, but those are just the piping on the outside, and I decided to make it open because I might do something with them later, and if not, I can just fill them up, of course. But I have things in mind for it, but I'm not entirely sure just yet. Now, of course, the inside of the factory will change quite a bit. Now, of course, there will be walls be dug up again, and the floor will be done differently because it's not going to stay moss forever, of course. I'm going to change it out probably with like deep slate tiles and that kind of stuff like we did in the warehouse. And yeah, plenty of other things, of course, will happen. Maybe even with some quartz and stuff, or maybe the more modern kind of things like farms and stuff. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe even a little bit more detailing that doesn't have to be there, but we can also add just because it looks more beautiful. Now, of course, like you might notice, if we go through here, this wall, it's inside of something else again. Well, this wall goes outside. That's fine. Okay, so this one is inside. This is just one big building, but it leads through it with one of those as well. And of course, yeah, we can go through a little bit of them, I think. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair, but of course we also go up. Like over here we got some room, we got over there some room, and then later on if we go over here we got this room, of course, but also up here again, and I believe even one higher than that, which means over here we got some more empty space which we can always use. And of course we will make sure to lead those to one another. And of course you might notice this one is a little bit different because, well, there used to be a wall over here on both sides. Anyway, over here as well, but I fixed that, but not over there. So of course if we go up the building, and the reason therefore is because I like to go up the building, like you might notice it's very big. Yeah, I just really like how I did all the copper and stuff. It's just for something like piping and stuff. It's a lot of work to add. It's just a lot of those things that had to be done anyway. I felt like it gives more life to it, like it's really a factory and stuff. I kind of wanted to do those differently, by the way, with stairs instead. But I decided to go with trapdoors, which is a little bit more expensive, but still, I really wanted to do the trapdoors because I feel like it gives a little bit more to it, like it's more thick thanks to that. Because, well, it's like in real life, I believe most of the time those things might be a little bit thicker as well. I'm not entirely sure. I might be wrong about that, but I'm totally fine with that, to be fair. Now, of course, we got the entrance over here-ish. It's not much of an entrance anyway. But we got those walkways going from building to building. I added those as well because I felt like that makes it all connected a little bit better. And makes it a little bit better for the people to go through. And of course, like I said, I will do the entrance or the inside a little bit differently. I will use probably a lot of copper grates as well, like over here, I think, because it's going to be a factory, of course. A lot of copper will be used again, also for the farms, and the farms will be kind of displayed. So you can walk around and get a showcase from just the whole inside with the factory and stuff. See how things work and that kind of things. And of course everything will later on lead to our start system. And how I'm going to do that exactly, I'm not sure yet, but I will figure something out. I already got the whole thing ready for it. But yeah, you will see that later once we really get going. Alright, so from the inside it's not very useful to show you everything, I noticed. So I'm going outside over here just to show it off like this because, well, I gotta be honest, I really love it. It looks amazing to me. It's quite a bit bigger than I intended to go for. I kind of want to show you guys a little bit of behind the scenes what I've been working on before that and after that. But I'm not gonna because, well, you can see the total difference, which means no thanks. So yeah, like you might notice, all the buildings are kind of connected to one another. We got a lot of the fans and stuff thingies. I'm not sure how to call them. I designed this one myself. It has something like a fan in it. It's hard to see, to be fair. But we got them inside on every side for some reason. I don't know why I did that though, but I'm fine with it. And of course some little bit of lighting in between, so we at least don't get mob spawned and stuff around here. I like it. I gotta be fair. I like it. I really do. And I think the detailing for a lot of things worked out quite well. And the roof and stuff, it's all fine. It's all wool, but I'm fine with it because from a distance you won't even notice it too much anyway. And some things you might notice are not in the time lapse, like the smoke over here, like the parking lot over here. The reason therefore is because some of the time lapses got corrupted and for some reason didn't open and stuff. I didn't know how to fix it, so I didn't. And to be fair, I'm fine with it. It is what it is. And I think it still worked out quite nicely. So yeah. If we go over here, this is the first time me trying out something with smoke, with glass and stuff. I've never done this before. And I kind of like it. I really do. This is my first try with glass, so don't get me wrong. It can be a whole lot better than what it is right now. But I gotta be honest, I'm kind of proud of it because it's my first time trying it out anyway. So if we go over here, we can finally see the parking lot. We haven't seen it yet. I added a little bunch of trucks. The reason therefore is because I feel like, well, we need some spares, right? Not everyone uses them all the time. So over here we got an office building, which I think is amazing. We got some lighting in there, like people are still active and stuff. Later on I want to build up like some interiors. Probably also get rid of some of the concrete behind it and get some office spaces ready maybe. Not all the way through, not the whole building or whatever. I might also add some farms to it because, well, it's here and it's empty. So, well, we don't even have an entrance, to be fair. There's no door. I gotta be honest, there's no door. I decided not to go with the door since, well, I'm probably not gonna use it. It's just for show mostly. And of course we also got a security building over here, which is also empty for now. But I also want to add something to it later. We also got some doors over here, which will later on lead into it someday. So yeah, I like this building a lot. I did create it myself, I designed it myself. I messed up on some blocks I noticed already. I'll fix them later. And I'm glad about it. It's quite big as well still, but it's also not too big, I think. And of course over here at the outer entrance we also got like a break room area outside. I really like that because, well, yeah, it's near to the office, so that's why it's a little bit bigger. Don't know why, because the factory is a lot bigger and there's a lot more people working in it, but sure, it's fine. Also with this, and I might also add some armor stands around here. I probably will, because I want to give a lot of more life to this world, because, well, right now there's nothing. Nobody's working here, nothing is working yet, except for, well, me, I guess. I gotta be honest, I'm very glad about the way we got this to work out. This is my first, and I can't say it enough, this is my first mega project I've ever built. So yeah, it took a lot of time to, well, get it done. And even after the fact, when I was building this in this world already, I still made some changes, which made it even harder for me to get it all done, because I already collected all the resources. Then it turned out I didn't need all of the materials anymore, and I was missing out on materials, of course, because I made changes and I got rid of some things and I added some things and so on. So yeah, everything was a little bit changed. Like all the trucks were just for one type of truck, and yeah, that was that one over here in the middle. This is the only original truck we got left. And after that we made like this one, of course, and we got all the changes in here. Like you might notice, there's a lot of changes, like fading colors and stuff for the trucks and stuff. But the first one was just all cleaned up and nice, which is why I left the first one where the portal was over there to be normal, like a new truck kind of. So yeah, this one was the first design for me, and yeah, I'm glad about it, to be fair. It's fine to keep one like that, because that's the newest one and everything else has been used since. And of course we got a garage over here, which I kind of want to add a something to as well. I want to give everything a little bit more details in the inside. But like I said, when I was building this, at least I said it to myself, I didn't want to do the interiors just yet. I want to do that once I am done with this whole area, like I am right now, which is amazing. And I still like the fact that I placed the text Joshi Powers Industries over there, with a little bit of lighting around it as well. I really love that fact. So you might also notice from this angle, it's amazingly big. I gotta be fair about that part. We also add some windows on the warehouse. The reason therefore was for lighting as well as for me easily flying in instead. So that's why it's so big. I need a way to fly in and out without going through the door or through the portal the whole time. Because first, this was the only entrance and exit we had. Then I decided to add one on this side, as well as on the other side as well. But I always forget that I got those doorways. So yeah, I kind of forget about it the whole time, and I still fly that way. And I also forget that I can fly out of the roof. And one of the last things I've added, which is like last night, I decided to add this before I started recording as well, is a lot of lighting on the ceiling, because it was way too dark, like you still might notice. It's still a little bit dark, but it's a lot less dark as what it was before. So I think I did well on that fact, and it's more like a typical factory ceiling lighting, I guess. It's quite simple, but I like it though. And of course, this is our whole new storage area, which is amazingly big. On this side is all for like the farms and stuff we will build. Like also as well as AFKable as non-AFKable. Like all the stone will be non-AFKable. We need to just keep mining, of course, to get the stone. And I decided to get rid of the shulker loaders. I didn't want to do that because it's gonna be massive. So I decided to go with just chests. And of course they're now empty-ish. Well, there's a lot in here yet, but that's because I've been adding my storage over here. So yeah. And we got some of those scaffolding on each side, because I want to be able to get to all my storage. So yeah, like the one over here, we can just go in here. Oh, that's where they are. I lost them. I first did 3 high, and then I decided to go 4 high, which means I had to change out the hoppers behind it, because they were all pointing down. I didn't like it. Now I like it a lot better. I didn't figure I could do this, but I can. So yeah, that's good. And yeah, there will be more storage later probably. Once all of those are filled up, there will be more. But I don't want to add a lot more, because like you might notice right now, we got 70 FPS. And yeah, that's not too well, not too great. But yeah, that's something for later as a problem, I guess. So yeah, we got a lot of those things over here, which I really love. So of course on this side, we also got all of our storage, which means it goes until the ending on that side. Didn't really think that through, to be fair, because, well, it's quite... it's a little bit too much. Now you might notice we got a storage over here, which I did redo over here. I just took everything and placed them again over here. So we got the same order-ish. It's just not in the exact same order. I changed it up a little bit because I just took with me whatever I could. Like this one is just for scaffolding, as easy as it is. This one is of course for mob drops, for passive mobs, and this one is just for whatever. You can see it, and it's just the same as always. I just left them all in the shulker boxes just yet for now, because I didn't want to bother with it just yet. We also got one just determined for gunpowder itself, because, well, we got a lot of this already. But I also have too much gunpowder, and I didn't figure, like, we will get a lot more anyway, probably. So I wanted to do a separate one for that one. Also for flowers, dye, potions, non-stackables, stackables, I guess, just the random crap as well. And the books, like the enchanting books. We got the music discs, of course. Our rockets again, and now finally we got them all in one place, instead of that me jumping up the whole time to get to the other chest full of the stuff. So yeah, we got plenty of those for now. We got all our redstone in here. So now finally everything is a little bit closer to one another when it has to be. We got all the shirts and stuff over here. We got player hats and other hats and stuff. We got lighting. We got the empty shulker boxes. we got grass and all the other things. Everything speaks for itself, to be fair, of course. And I decided to do it like this because I felt like this was the best way of doing it. And now, of course, if all those 4 chests gets full, we will just go on and continue up here until we're on top. And if we are on top and we still got more, then I'll probably just throw it out, because that means we got way too much about it. So yeah, and of course the deep slate. This one is a little bit tricky to see, but we do have deep slate. I didn't want to do a normal deep slate block, so we still got this one. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do it with the variety of the blocks and stuff, but I probably will just do those in the chest down below. So the lowest one over here. If not, then I'll figure something out. I don't really care for now. And of course we got, yeah, just about everything anyway. So I decided to keep it simple. We got more space over here, like the pale wood and stuff. Well, it's not over there. I don't care. I'm just gonna continue over here with the new wood stuff and things. We don't have it yet. We're still at 1.21 and I'm fine with it. It's for the master stuff that we use, and well, yeah, we use a lot, and since the Minecraft updating is a little bit weird now, or new, or whatever, we're not gonna update too fast, so yeah, that's why. But later on I will add whatever is new over here, and over here as well, and probably, if we really need to, I will use those as well later on, someday. That's why it's here, right? So yeah, for now, all of those will be empty, because I don't want to use too much for now. And I also added the concrete over here. I also added the wool on this side. The wool is on this side because we will get a sheep farm going as well, which means we get all the colors. We will auto sort all of them. That's already in place. And I decided to go for 2 rows for now, and I think that's gonna be plenty. If I need them, I'll add them later on top. And also for the moss, all the moss, we got those 2, and then the moss carpets, but mostly moss, of course. And once it gets filled in, well, it will just loop and despawn someday if we got too much of one thing. And of course basalt and stuff, iron, kelp, hay bales, bamboo, the other bamboo, bone blocks, and so on. And I'm probably still missing some, and that's totally fine for now. I will just add them later. And also we got a backstage area, which is why I did, of course, the copper doors. I felt like those were the most appropriate to do so. And we got, of course, another way to get up here, which I do think is amazing, because, well, we need it. I think we had to do it with those. Fill them in with whatever, and then the one underneath that will get the 41 of them, right? I don't know how it works anymore, but at least I tried it out in Creative World, and it did work, and it will loop around here. And I made sure, like you might notice, there's some openings actually in here. But to be fair, I tried to make it work so on this side you don't even notice it at all, right? So of course right now you see all the hoppers and stuff. That's only because I didn't place chests, and the reason therefore, of course, for lag. But you don't notice it yet, but there's openings in here. But yeah, I tried to work that away, which I did, and I think I did well on that part. You don't notice it too well. And I decided to add some walls and stuff just for show anyway. It's all just to make it look like there's a real wall behind it, but it isn't really a wall. There's another wall in between. And I like it. I really do. It's something I've never done before. All of this anyway. The mega project is well done. So if we go back outside for a minute, the first things that we will do later on, as soon as we continue on this factory, after a break, because I will take a break from this, because, well, I'm a little bit tired after doing this for a whole month, just building and building and building, not really recording much except for the Christmas and the one before that, just in between, just to get something out. But they did so poorly that I decided not to add anything else anymore. No videos, nothing. And yeah, I had to get this video out anyway someday. So yeah, it's amazing. I love it. All those buildings will get filled in with whatever farms I can fit in it. And the farms will be quite big probably as well, because we got plenty of space. I want to just fill them in with whatever I can. And I will make it walkable. And you can enter them all through here, is the idea later on. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it. I might have to even add some elevators and that kind of stuff. I'm not entirely sure what I will do. I still see the face in it. I like it. But yeah, we will add so much farms. And also, I think you may have noticed it in the time lapse. I'm not entirely sure. But even this ceiling is fake. We got another. It's all empty over here. But we can still use this room. And then of course going up here, we got all of this space to work with. And so on. But of course I will make it all look so much better. Even windows will be gone if they have to be gone. They will stay as much as possible. I may even add new windows. I'm not sure. Now of course over here we will also add something like an auto smelter. And probably some other extra stuff that we haven't figured out just yet. But not just that, we will also be streaming all of this again. Because I do want to get back to it. I do kind of miss it, even though there's not many people watching yet. But I do miss it. I really want to do it again. So what I will do is for the factory, every single time when I'll be working on it, in survival mode anyway. In creative I'll do it on my own. But in survival mode I will probably take you with me on the journey of adding all the farms and all the other stuff around it, the interior. And I might also do some things by winging them instead of creating them in creative. Because I don't want to do every single thing in creative. So we have to figure that out just yet. But that's something in mind. And I will be dual streaming that. So if you don't have Twitch or anything, I will be streaming as well on Twitch as on my other channel, which is Joshi Powers 2. And that's kind of the one that I've been using or adding my streams to whenever I got them done on Twitch. So yeah, instead of streaming on this channel because I don't like it too much, I will be doing that on my VODs channel, which is Joshi Powers 2. Now of course I wanted to show you guys one last thing, and that is of course our start area. It is all empty right now, and to be fair, it looks so weird to see it like this. It's so unfinished. It's empty, it's shallow, it's... I don't know what to think about it, to be fair. I already miss this place. I love this place, I really do. I've been working on this and I've been working with this for the past, well, year. I've been working here about a year now, and this was the first build I created, except for the expansion and stuff of course, but still I'm now used to this part, and I'm gonna miss this place. I also will add a new lava source, probably a little bit of a bigger one. Maybe I don't even use one because I might use a carpet duper. Yep, we are allowed to do that on this server, so we'll probably just add a carpet duper to this area and stuff, and that'll be amazing. So yeah, I will add some dogs at the other place. I will also try and add some cats and stuff to the factory for some reason. I know it's kind of weird to get animals over there, but I might. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. I will at least add a lot of the armor stands over there, and yet have to add them over here as well because they're not done yet. Like over here we got that one of course, but I also want to add one on the bridge over here. Probably trying to get him to lean on the bridge. Watch, well, maybe him or just at the waterfront or something. I will add one over there, and I got some more armor stands placed already because I want to add some more over here. Because we are not leaving this place entirely, of course. This is still our starter area. And we will still be around here. We will still be building on top of the mountain over here, of course. Which is gonna be amazing. Because, well, this whole thing will get buildings on it as well. And all that kind of stuff. The whole river, like I said before as well, will still get an update. And it's gonna be wider and bigger and probably even deeper. Leading all the way over here. With maybe adding something like a dock on that end. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. And let's go higher for a hot second. The whole factory, of course, over here. Since I got distance horizons, you can see plenty. Like you always can see this one from the factory, which is amazing. I still love that build so much. And I'm kind of glad about how it looks from this angle. It's so much weirder, it's so much different from this angle though, but I really love it. Especially when I was doing the showcase after the time lapse. when I was flying over here with the camera, just looking at the whole thing. I really enjoyed what I got over here. Now, of course, the bridge. I don't know if you've been here since my Solo Survive series on my old channel, but if you were, you will notice this bridge was from my industrial area, and you will also see it on the beginning of this video, I believe, but it's a little bit more detailed now, and instead of one there's two, and that is just because, well, I changed it, I redesigned it just for over here, so it fits with the road and stuff. It's just a little bit smaller, I believe, not too much, or maybe even wider. I gotta be honest, I'm not even sure. And like I said, you can still see the cauldron over there, which is amazing. And yeah, I really love this whole thing. I love what we got going on. And I almost forgot, but over here, future sewer system, right? So there will be a sewer system leading down below of the road on both sides, probably separate ones, and maybe with some holes in between, so you can go to each side if you need it or want to. That's entirely up to you. And yeah, we will add some more buildings around here later as well. So we are not exactly done. We are done for this area, but I already know how to expand, which will be which means this road will be changed up a little bit, but we will probably get going and get a tunnel over here, because that's what I've been thinking about, like adding this one, make it go straight instead of to the left, go through the wall, make a tunnel in the wall. So we will leave the wall as it is, but like a tunnel all the way over here. We will get the tunnel over here as well, which will lead to this location, which will be amazing. So this will be less empty over here, and we'll get something to it as well, which means we will expand on the outside over here with probably something nuclear or something. I'm not entirely sure, with the green stuff and things, you know. So yeah, kind of that kind of things. Nuclear waste or something. I've been thinking about it, but I'm not entirely sure yet what to do. But that's one of those things that we might do later on. And of course, that's later down the road. For now, the first thing I really want to do is build over here quite a bit of farms and stuff. And yeah, they have to all be walkable, because I would like that so much. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So this will be the end of the episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Welcome back to the SMP server. My name is Josh Mouse, and today we started out in the trial chamber. The reason therefore is because I'm in need of a lot of copper for my factory, of course. Now, of course, that's not all we have done. And of course, we also got my magma farm over here, which I already built up earlier on, before even building up the factory, I believe. But I changed it out just a little bit, not too much. But I added a few frogs, which you cannot see. Well, basically a little bit. But yeah, I added some frogs because I need a lot of fluorescent frog lights. So I decided to get those anyway, which works quite well. I mean, this is all from just today, and I haven't even been here the whole time, which means it's amazing. And of course, we also got the other ones, and it's all automated, sorted, and as well as for the magma cream. But of course, because we got the crafters now, I decided to make magma blocks right away from it. Now, of course, even after doing all of that, I also decided to build myself a gold farm. Now, this gold farm is, well, kind of from El Mango, at least the basic part over here. So all of this has been designed by BossBuilds, all below the normal level, I guess. So below this class level, I guess. That's all BossBuild. And it's amazing. I love it. It's very good. It's very useful. And it's amazing. It's easy to use once you figure it out anyway. And yeah, I've been in love with this thing since forever. So yeah, that's why I built one as well.
Now, of course, we built one more thing because I was getting tired of getting all the golden carrots. So what I did instead is build a sockling or hockling farm. To be fair, I don't really know which one this one is. And of course we got all of the pork chops we ever need and all the leather, so even more leather, which is amazing. So we got our 3 first farms on the nether. And well, yeah, I haven't really started doing that because everyone already had a lot of farms. And of course I decided, because well, I want to be self-sufficient, I decided to build my own stuff. So yeah, I kind of did well on that. Alright, so now we are back at the factory, and of course we have so much to build. But before we can do that, we have to gather all of the resources. Now all of those shulkers I'm walking on are empty, and all I've gathered so far is just a little bit. Now I did decide to do it a little bit different by starting out on one side and continue on to the next one and to the next one, instead of gathering all of the resources for one whole build in one go. Because the first part that we will be working on, and of course I will gather some resources for this part, is going to be the entrance. Now the reason for going for the entrance first is of course, well, it's the entrance. No, that's not even the reason, to be fair. The real reason is because, well, I am going to need something, and that is going to be right around here. So we have to walk through here once it's all built up, of course. And there's an elevator going upstairs over here into this build. This build is all empty right now, and it will be filled with something amazing. And yeah, I'm going to need a lot, and I mean a lot, of quartz blocks. And not just quartz blocks, smooth quartz blocks. So since I need all of those things a lot, I'm going to get my masons ready and get them to get me all of their quartz blocks, of course. So yeah, that's one of the things that I'll be going for first. But instead of going for that whole thing first, I want to get all of this done in one go. And in the meantime, I'll be grinding out all of the other stuff before we get started on this part. So in the meantime of gathering all of the resources, I figured out one of the things that I really need to do first. And that is get rid of some of the wool, which I will do after gathering all of the resources, of course. Now after doing that, I also started on the villager breeder instead, because that's one of the things that I really need, since we need all of those masons. And it's gonna be 60 of them, which means we're gonna need quite a lot of them. So in the meantime of building up the rest of the factory, we can at least get some more villagers. Now, of course, during this montage, you do realize that we got some quality of life data packs on the server, like getting the concrete a little bit easier. That's one of those things, of course. And I'm also choosing the wither just for the wither roses with the golems, of course. So we're using the snow golems to get a lot of the wither roses, since we need a little bit of dye. And we also got a flower farm, me and GeekSqueek. And that's something that I'll show off later. But for now, we can get started on the first part. Alright, so for now we got all of the resources, and I decided to get rid of a little bit of the wool. And I forgot about Froglight. Yeah, we got rid of the wool where it was necessary anyway. Even over there, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and over there just one bit. I decided to leave every other part since it will not be seen anyway. And yeah, you will see that in a minute. But yeah, I had to get rid of a little bit, not too much. I'm glad about that, to be fair, because I figured I had to get rid of everything. But I don't, so that's good. Now, of course, we got all the resources inside those barrels. The reason for the barrels is because I don't want to place them all down again. Because yeah, I did that with the factory, and that was the worst thing I could have ever done. Of course, like I said before, we're gonna start out with the villager breeder, which will be all the way on top over there. So I will start on that one, and after that I will get right onto this part. And once this part is done, I'll get back to you guys. So without further ado, let's just get started on the time-lapse right now. Alright, so there it is for the time lapse, and to be fair, I did record all of those clips already. I decided to get rid of them because it took too long. As well as I didn't have enough done yet, I felt like I had to get more done beforehand. Now, of course, not everything is inside of the time-lapse, like all of those things. We also got a lot of forklifts, which is one of the things that I really love about this. And it's not my design. I do not know the name of whoever's design it is. But yeah, I use those and I love them. It looks amazing. Like all the way over here you can see a lot of the bulk already stored, and those are of course some of the farms that we will build. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I added all of those. Now I didn't want to add all of them because it was going to be way too much of gathering different resources, which I didn't really care for at this time. One of the things that I want to show you guys mostly is of course what I've been up to over here and why I did the things I did. Now one of the things you might notice is underneath all the grades we got some of the lightning rods, of course. We got levers. We got, of course, some of those here, you know, those things. I forget the name. End rods. Jeez, words are hard sometimes. But at least I added those things for the lighting and stuff, of course, because otherwise it was going to be a little bit too dark, I felt like, which means I had to add some of those. We are going this way soon, because this is what I've been working on lately. This is from today anyway. And I dug out a little bit over there, made an entrance over there, made an entrance over there. One of the other things I've done as well is over here. You might not notice it from the inside. Okay, it's kind of dark, that's good. But on the outside, I did decide to add this part so it is walkable. Like you can just go through to the other side. So this part was near, it was a standalone building, and now it isn't anymore. So I decided to, well, get them together anyway. So if we go up here, you might realize this elevator isn't mine. This elevator I got from Dev Dealer, but he got it from Azuma as far as I know. So that's kind of amazing. Azuma, of course, Azuma Void. Yeah, that's amazing. I like those elevators. Those work quite nicely. And instead of going inside of the water the whole time, you just, well, go against it. Let's say that. And of course, all of those things are going to be slots over here, right? So we got 30 slots over here for villagers and 30 for the next layer, but this next layer is going to be for the same villagers, which means we got 60 each. And yeah, I labeled it a little bit like number 2 is access to other building, number 2 is also for the gear, 4 is for blocks, 6 not available at this time because I don't know what to place there yet, and we also got rooftop access, which is quite amazing in my opinion. Now one of the things is I did 2 elevators, so with this one you can go to 3 and 5 and the roof. The other one is 2, 4, 6 of course. And yeah, the first ones I have added instead of the masons because Splashes provided me with all of the quartz that I needed. So thank you Splashes, because well yeah, I needed quite a lot of them. So yeah, now I'm squared away, which is amazing, and I didn't even have to trade or give anything since I've been giving out a little bit of things already, which means it's amazing. So thank you very much. So one of the things you might hear right now is some of the villagers. Now the other thing I've done so far is the second layer. So this layer hasn't been done yet. I believe those are the clerics. You also heard a little bit of potions, so I guess so. Now I had to do an elevator to get them up there because of the breeder being on level 2 of course, which is quite amazing though. But if we walk over here and get over here, we got, of course, all of our clerics right now. Now, those were the easiest ones to place. And of course, you might notice that thing is because of middle clicking it gives me the trait to be a favorite ones. And of course, the favorite trait is going to be just twice right click and be done. Once I got my emeralds, of course. So that's quite amazing. I did need a whole lot of redstone as well, which means I'm glad about having all of those over here. So of course we also got the librarians. Now those were a little bit harder to get, and I also had to kill about 30 of them. So I added 30 and I killed about 30 of them. The reason therefore of course is because I wanted certain traits. So what I really needed was glass for every one of them, because well, glass is kind of a good resource through the librarians. I also wanted the bookshelves. For whatever reason, it doesn't really matter too much, but I still wanted all of them, and I wanted all of the lanterns because, well, yeah, sometimes people need lanterns, right? Like even over here I used them, so yeah, that's good. So since we have added those villagers, we got all the resources now to complete the whole factory. And yeah, of course one of those things is we got this one. This is all of the villagers. You know, it might look like a lot of them, but it's not gonna be near to enough, which means I'm going to let it run for as long as I can. Like you might notice over here, this is the main vibe I'm going for. I like it a lot. It's just mostly purple, of course, and white. That's kind of my colors, and otherwise black. And that's of course the deep slate, and otherwise the tough because it's kind of darker as well. And we can also walk through it and see a little bit of things, which is one of those silos. I love them so much. And of course over here we have the other layer where we were working out right now. But of course there's going to be way much more, also going all the way up here, all the way going over there as well, which means we go through here. And this is, I guess, the building where I did add exactly that part, which means everything will be connected in some way. Along the way we also have some farms and some switches for farms, and one of them is we got sniffers. Now we don't need any switch for them, so they're just here. We also got some bees over here, which is one of the ones that I haven't used yet. I haven't turned anything of them on, like to say that, because I didn't add shears or bottles yet. And of course we got a stairwell over here, which is one of the things that I really like, because this is going back, of course, over here to this location instead of the elevator. You got the rooftop and stuff access, you got all the villagers, and you can walk through and go over here, which means you can from here, of course, again go over here, which is where I was working as well, I guess, thanks to this being here. I kind of lost it, by the way, so that's good to know. And yeah, we also got to get back over here again, but now of course we gotta have at least 3 layers or so, probably. Not exactly everything is going to be like this, of course. We will also have some other stuff and things. Like the whole thing over here is going to be more of an open concept. And it's going to be lit up quite nicely with all of those entrods, which means the lighting is not going to be a problem. Now, of course, I have talked more than enough. And of course, there's one thing that is going to happen, and that's going to be a time lapse, but it's more like a montage, so it's not really a build up kind of thing. It's just going to be a showcase of everything we have done and what I have done in the meantime, of course, because we have done a little bit more, and with that the factory is now all done. And with that said, of course, we got rid of some of the things over here, but I will talk about that later. And yeah, it's just about time to get started on the somewhat montage or time lapse or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's just kind of a showcase. So we're gonna show you guys what we have built up today. So without further ado, let's get started on time lapse right now.
Alright, so there you have it for that time lapse, and of course we start out over here because this is one of the parts that we did not show in the time lapse. Now, one of those things, of course, this one I think I already shown in one of my earlier videos, I'm not entirely sure, but I wanted just for the stuff, I don't know what it's called anymore, with the knitted stuff, but yeah. I don't use it that often, but it's here and it's useful, so that's good. Now, of course, we got a big flower farm with the bigger ones, of course, so that's easy. I kind of want to add the other one as well, where the pink petals, I believe. I want to add those as well, but that's for a future thing, I guess. It's fine. And one of those things, of course, is the lichen. That's easy. Just go in here, turn them all on, make sure that they are all full, and use the shear on the floor or whatever, and you'll get plenty of it, so that's good. That's one of them that I like. And of course we also got snow layers and snow blocks. Why is it in two different ones? Well, snow layers, because those will go right through here and get into the system like that and go through the other pipes and stuff, and the other one goes through a crafter first with snowballs and of course turn into snow blocks, which is amazing. And they both got sorted as well over there, and that is kind of the way I like to do it. And one of those things that we do on this server, maybe a little bit too much, I don't know, but we do dupe stuff if we want to. Not everyone does it. There are some people that don't like to dupe anything, which means it's fine, to be fair. But you can if you want to, and I want to because I don't really care that much. So all I have to do is like flick all of those, and of course we dupe all of the rails. Now they all go in here, get in here, and go into the system just as well, since they are all going over here. And yeah, they also got their own chests, which is quite amazing. Now, of course, we also got our stone farm, but I, of course, still need to add the little bit of a thing, which is, of course, called a beacon. I haven't placed that one yet. I don't even know where to place it, to be fair, but I'll figure that out. And yeah, that's something for a future thing, I guess. And yeah, I'm fine with it. Now, of course, we got some extra doors, and I want to change that later. We also got one leading over here, going outside to get to the entrance, because otherwise it takes a little bit too long to just walk around the whole time. So yeah, I figured I add a door over here. I need to add a path later, but that's a future thing as well. Because yeah, I mean, I realized that just as far as when I was going into the thing the whole time. So yeah, I went to the factory a lot, and yeah, then you'll figure something out. Now, of course, if we walk through here, we got, of course, a little bit of doorway through the wall. And what I kind of want to do is make a hidden opening through here. So if you do like maybe a rocket or anything, that it will open up and we can walk through. So you can't even notice it from this angle, but you will, of course, from the other side, because we still got a door over there, which I'm not gonna fix because I'm fine with it, to be fair. Or maybe we can if we have the room for it, but I doubt it because of the pipe and stuff. Now, of course, I didn't show it very well, but we got our wool farm over here with all the colors. We got 2 sheeps each color, and yeah, I color coded them like this. I don't know why, it doesn't really matter, but I like to do it so you at least can see it. I liked it quite a bit. And yeah, I think in the next update they will change the color. I'm looking at your butt, sorry. Ah, come on! Everyone showed you my butt. Okay, but I believe they will change the fur underneath as well to the color of the designated sheep. I guess. Maybe also the head, I don't know. But yeah, that's one of those things I really like. Just getting all the colors. They work pretty much always, because my storage room is on the other side over there. And yeah, so I just figured 2 was gonna be more than enough, and I got a whole lot of shears in there, and yeah, that works quite well. Now, of course, you might notice on the farmers over here that I haven't done the plot yet and given them anything, but yeah, I was working on that. I figured out 6 stacks of bread will be good enough for the villagers, and then of course 2 stacks of seeds or something. I believe that's what works. I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. I made one earlier, I don't know what I did then, but yeah. Now it's separated all of them, and we got like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 of those villagers. And the reason therefore, of course, is because we got layers, which is quite amazing, to be fair.
Now you might notice the forklifts I really enjoy quite a bit. Of course, like I said before, those are not my design. I really like them, and I figured I need to add a little bit of them with a little bit of stack on them and stuff, just because. And why I did all the colors, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, those are kind of for the other side of it, the tree farmer stuff. Over here, of course, we got this one, which is a little bit weird to walk into, but I'm totally fine with it. And I know this thing, it doesn't make any sense, but it was in the schematic, so yeah, I figured why not. I know it's useless, but it's still there. I'm fine with it. I don't care. And of course, if you flick this lever, the TNT will drop like I showed before, and all you gotta do is stand over here, the bomb will go through here and stuff, use the proper ghoul to get this one, and yeah, the stair will get rid of the leaf or whatever is gonna be over here, or probably mostly root and stuff, and the other slab, I believe, will do the same thing. And you can just keep on going by holding right click, which is good because it's a mangrove farm, of course, and mangrove is kind of hard to farm as well. And I made a little bit of a thing. I figured let's get the hardest wood as well. So if we go over here, we can also go over here and turn on our dark oak farm. The only part about this one that I don't like is the fact that it doesn't really work too well. It does work for gathering the dark oak, trust me, it works very good for that. I just don't like the fact that it shoots out from the two droppers and never really on you, right? It doesn't really make sense in my opinion, because, well, they throw everywhere, to be fair, and I don't like that quite a bit, so yeah, it's fine, I guess. But yeah, it is something I get to deal with. And yeah, it doesn't really gather the dark oak saplings because dark oak trees are quite annoying. Same goes for jungle wood, but that one I can get, of course, through the other one. Now I kept this open concept because, well, yeah, it's kind of a little bit dumb to fix it all up and make it all neat for just one farm. It was going to be even more work, which I don't have the time for. Of course, like I said before, I don't do this full time. I just do it whenever I can. So yeah. Of course, you might notice a little bit of lag. With a little bit, I mean a lot. We got 40-ish FPS. Usually we don't. I can get to 120 easily, but inside my factory I cannot. It's quite laggy though. And of course, over here I will add a whole lot of arrows in all of those. I'm not entirely sure how much though. I think maybe one stack each. I think that's pretty much all you need. Maybe not even. Maybe even, I don't know, 1 or 2? I don't know. You don't need much, but that's something I want to do over here. And then shoot, of course, all of those flower thingies, so they'll drop, and I'll walk around with a bucket just easily, because I don't want to bother too much with even more redstone and stuff for something that I can do real quick myself. And of course, all I gotta do after that is throw them all in here. Even the flowers, if I got some left, I can throw in there and they will sort, so we will always have enough of them. So back over here at the entrance, you might notice we got rid of 2 of those racks. I had to look it up what it's called, and one of them is racks. I think there's more ways to say it. Probably is. I don't really care. It's just like racks or whatever. So those things, I mean, of course. So yeah, we got rid of the 2 that were over here. I didn't like them. First of all, the forklifts weren't able to do anything with them, so that was kind of dumb and useless. And it gives a little bit more of an open area, which is neat. I want to fix something else in here, maybe like a fountain or something, or anything else but those racks. So yeah, there's gotta be something else, maybe even a way to get upstairs easily over here. In the meantime, maybe on the right side to go easier to the right instead of going to the left and going up and to the right, and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of ways to go through all of this, of course. And of course, if we go outside, because this isn't all we have done, we also did fix the outside a little bit, and it's far from done as well. We have much more to do around here. Now you might notice this little area to sit and eat and drink and whatever you want to do. Just have a lunch and thing, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what I like around here. Just a simple thing, simple concept, and I really like it. And of course I will add some armor stands later, as well as over there, like I said before in the last episode, and over here probably, and over here maybe again, because you might notice this one was from one of my episodes and I messed up this one. What have I done? Okay, I need to fix this part. This one has to go one up, this one has to go to that level. I need to fix it. You didn't see that. It has to be like that. So yeah, but I had to figure out where to place this one, because the one at spawn had to be gone, which is this one, of course. Same materials and stuff. I had to get rid of it because of spawn point area things people want to build and dig and stuff. So yeah, I had to get rid of it, so I decided to place it over here, so if anyone needs them, they can come over here and just use the thing with the thing and get their own blocks, because I'm not gonna provide everything for them, like the copper and stuff. It's hard to get, right? So yeah, that's kind of the thing that people can do, which is quite amazing. I like it. So those are over here right now, and of course we also had a lot of rockets, which I placed on the other side at the gas station, and I thought that was easier. I placed them at the gas station inside of a truck on the back, and just some barrels with the sign where they are, and I sent it to Discord so people know where to find them. So they have to get to my factory to get there. I think this went wrong when I was building stuff. I don't know. I don't get it, to be honest. Maybe I messed something up. I don't know. Let's get that fixed right now. So that's good. Okay. So there's a lot more to be done around this whole build and stuff. It took me about the time since I uploaded the last episode, of course, of the factory. Let's go inside. It's raining. Now, of course, the whole exterior of the factory was done in the last episode. Now, of course, in this episode, I did the interior quite a bit. Not everything. I got not everything done so far. I have much more to do in the inside, and there's going to be more farms, and it's gonna be more decorated and kind of stuff. This is not all it's gonna be like. So yeah, I will do that later, and I'm not gonna rush into it, and it's not gonna be for the next project stuff. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do next, but I got way too many things I want to do anyways. So that's kind of cool. We got too many ideas and no time to do it. So yeah, it's fine. We will figure it out, and over the course of the year, we will get everything done in the... I said year? I mean years. And I'm fine with it. Because the next thing I'm going to do is my skill-bound hardcore world series. And that's something entirely different. You start on 2 or 3 hearts, I'm not sure any... But that's one of those things that I really want to do. Because I wanted to do that after the last episodes, but I decided to do the interior first. And yeah. Now it's time to get started on Skill-Bound Hardcore. If you want to know what it's like, just try and see the teaser that I also posted a few weeks or months ago, I guess. It's just Skill-Bound Hardcore teaser, I believe. And yeah, that's about it for that. Now maybe it doesn't seem like it, but since this episode will be uploaded the day it's done, it means I've been working since the day that I uploaded the video of my factory. I've been working on this since then, so that means it's over 50, maybe even 60 days by now, which means it was a lot of work for me to collect all this stuff, to build it all up, to get everything done. But with all that said and done, I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. Don't forget to check out my Skill-Bound Hardcore teaser. It's gonna be amazing. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye! Welcome back to the TheRaidingViking server. My name is Josh Person today. Well, I'm going to explain a little bit of the future of my factory or area or projects. That's better. By doing some new projects, it means it's gonna take a little bit of time because, well, like I said in the earlier video before, was of course that I wanted to do some things like after I was done with the mountain and I think with the cauldron as well. I wanted to create something with a little bit of this part. The whole river, it's getting smaller and smaller until it kind of, well, it messes up. And I decided, which I wanted to do for a long time now, is I wanted to go bigger. And of course all of this will be gone because, well, it
doesn't connect all that well, and there's a little bit of stuff all around. So instead of just this river, it's gonna be changed out to something entirely different. So for now I have been working a little bit on what I want to do, but it's far from done. It's only just the beginning. I started last night and I continued on a little bit more today. Not much yet, but yeah, there's so much more to do that yeah, none of this will make sense for now. All of this is going to change into whatever I can come up with. Now I decided to make it this much wider because otherwise it doesn't really make sense. At least not in my opinion. So with this one, of course, I have been thinking about what I want to do, and looking at it now, I can do it partially. Or maybe I can, but it will be a little bit smaller along this side, I guess. So what I have in mind is continue on with a path, probably leading like around here, just a bit of distance from the water. And I might do that over here. Or what I'm thinking about as well, because I'm not entirely sure, is build some houses and other things along the line, along the shore, I guess. And of course make a path leading next to it on this side. But I was kind of thinking it might look a little bit better, I'm not sure, if we do the path alongside the river, but maybe we don't. I don't know. It's only early progress anyway. Yeah, I had a bit of a drowned. I've been overworking on this world a little bit too much, and I kind of neglected it entirely for a few months, and I kind of wanted to quit. I still might. I don't know. I don't know. I will not be doing this when I don't feel like it, which is good. I will only do it whenever I feel like doing it. And of course, yeah, that means it's gonna take a long time to just get the river done at all. The river will be done first, then I will make another save as of getting the river done and stuff. And after that one, I will be building next to it on both sides probably, and that kind of stuff. Or if I come with something else to mind, then I will do something else. I don't know. I really don't. And how long it's gonna take, I don't know. But so far, I really like how wide it is right now, because, well, yeah, it makes a little bit more sense to me anyway. Especially with this whole open area over here. I wanted to make it a little bit wider because it feels better. And yeah, leading all the way out to the waters, to the factory, I think that will work. And of course there will be maybe someday boats in it. I cannot make boats, so I will not make boats, but maybe I will get some from other people, or maybe even from people from the server. We don't know. And yeah, we will get some boats probably over here as well. I don't know. I really don't. But yeah, that's kind of a thing that I have been thinking about for a little bit, and I mean since yesterday. And so far, I think I did well. I mean, I kind of like it so far. It's far from done, like I said before, but it is work in progress. So with that said, I haven't even explored anything about the new update yet. I don't even know what there was again. I saw falling leaves, not on the ground or anything, but I've seen them falling, right? Yeah, like over here. How it works, I don't know. Can you not do anything with them? I don't know how it works. We'll figure it out someday. And of course, I do know the cactus flower. How to get them? I guess you have to go to a thing, but I don't know where those are. So I don't know. I don't even know anything else. I did notice one thing, and that is with the sheep, that the wool now is the same color when you shear them. Just those pieces of wool they got left, which is neat, because otherwise you never know which color they are, which is quite amazing, because, well, yeah, they should have done that like yeah, since the day they introduced them, I guess. I do know there's new pigs. Those are normal. But oh, right, also cows and chickens, right? Well, okay. First things first. My elytra is almost done, so let's try and get to the base. I hope my boat's still over there, because otherwise I might not make it. I'm fine, I'm fine. So, I don't know. This is just me trying it again. Burnout. That's the word I meant before. I was having a burnout after building up this whole factory. And yeah, I still love this factory very, very much. I was about to leave this server. I already announced it to YouTube as well as to my server crew. But I decided to stay, or stick around anyway, just in case I want to get back into it. Like right now, I'm feeling somewhat satisfied and somewhat tired, which means it's gonna take a while. Let's get a sunset and be done with it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and hope to see you guys soon, because like you noticed, I got plenty of things planned. Goodbye. Ow. It did hurt. They see me flying. I can't stop. I can die. They see me flying. I will die. Oh, okay, now my Elijah broke. Fine. I'll grab a new one. What's up, buddy? I love you, baby. I will see you very little bit, baby. Yeah. Time to sleep. Welcome back to the SMP server. My name is George, and today I wanted to get a little bit of the resources from the update. So I have been gathering a little bit of it, but one thing I still need is a little bit of resin, because I want to make a creeking farm, because, well, resin looks amazing. And of course I also need to get some more of the pale oak and stuff, because, well, I figured one thing out, and that is that those pale oak saplings are kind of the same way as dark oak saplings, and yeah, they kind of suck because you'll never get enough, and yeah, I need more. So before I will show anything else I've done, I want to show one other thing that I've done, and that is I added one of those spider farms. I've built one in the past, but I did change it up a little bit without an off switch, I guess. That's the only thing I really changed about it, but there's a good reason therefore, and that is that they are quite annoying otherwise to go for. Now, another thing that I've changed is, of course, I led it all the way to wherever we got the bamboo planks before, because I got rid of the bamboo farm over here. I made it into another sugarcane farm, so I can make the rockets even more easily, I guess. So we got two of them now, which is totally fine with me. And of course they look a little bit different because this one is just done like real quick, and it's not even done. I didn't even finish the glass, it seems. Well, that's fine with me for now. And of course I just put it all the way through. I also got some tinted glass over there, so it's still dark enough for the creepers anyway. And of course I changed it out so it will get in here just simple like this. The only thing I sometimes have to take care of is some bones and stuff, because, well, yeah, I didn't add a filter yet, so yeah, I'll have to do that, and after that it's gonna work out quite nicely. And of course we also got the other thing still connected to it, so we don't have to bother getting anything done for a long time anyway. So for now, of course, I am going to the TheRaidingViking's location, and the reason therefore is because he has resin and he decided to plant me any, or just let me take it anyway, because I didn't get it last time I went out to the Pale Forest. I kind of forgot about it. I haven't watched much of the episodes or anything for the update, so I don't really know how it exactly works. So what I gotta get to is Badlands Diggy, because, well, yeah, I got so many waypoints by now that I sometimes don't even know what they are anymore. So we got the TheRaidingViking himself. We'll go there soon after, because I will thank him. And I did notice in his last episode he had a kind of board on with signs and stuff. So we might just add our own sign and make sure that he knows that we took some, and thank him for it. Alright, so there we are. And of course this isn't the only farm he has. He also has one of the other ones. I forget the name. The Netherwatch. Yeah, he has a netherwart farm, which is amazing. And of course his creaking farms over here. And I didn't think about it too well, I guess, because I kind of forgot about the fact that it has to be nighttime. So let's wait for that. Alright, so there we go. And of course I got an auto clicker, which means it will do it by itself. And I'm gonna be AFK for this night, and after that we will build up some creaking hearts and see if we can make our own farm. Now of course the design that I've gotten is from the internet, so it's not my design at all. If you want the link, just let me know and I'll put it in the description, otherwise I'm not, because I will probably forget about it. So I'll be back right after the AFK session. Alright, so now we are done with the AFK session and let's see what we got. Well, it's not nothing. And it is for free! Which means, okay, I'll just take whatever I can carry, I guess. And I'll leave the rest for the Raiding Viking himself. So, if you're watching, buddy, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Alright, so for now we are at his place. And let's get down there, because I want to add a sign. Now, I don't have any room, so I'll have to make it. Let me check. I don't have signs. Let me check if he has any signs or something. Work orders and notices, and on this side it is camp rules. Alright. I guess he might see this quicker. Let's just put it over here, I guess. I know it's not the same sign, but then at least he notices when it is. I think I'm just gonna do it like this. Thanks for the resin, buddy. Joshy Powers. I'll guess you know it's me. Alright, so I just checked out how much creaking hearts I need. And it's gonna be 68, which means we need some planks. And we got those anyway. I believe it was like this, yeah. Okay, so we got 64. It's a lot, man, jeez. 7, I cannot count. So 68, there we go. Alright, that's amazing. I figured I was gonna have not enough, but thank God we do. Now I'm going to have to collect a lot of other stuff, which is gonna be quite easily. I'm not gonna make a time lapse out of anything this time because, well, first of all, it's not my farm, so it's not worth anything, and it's just a farm, so yeah, it's still not worth anything. So we're not gonna build up the thing on camera, so I'll be back right after I build it up. Alright, so for now we build up the whole thing. And let's go over there, because I built it close for once. And I was thinking about putting it in the air over there or something. But yeah, it's already an eyesore. So I decided not to do that. And I did test it in the creative world, where it does work over here, since everything is half slapped and all that kind of stuff. Which means it should be working. And they shouldn't be able to escape, or at least not everywhere. There are some spots, but that doesn't really matter, because, well, there's gonna be that many of them that it won't even bother anyone. And let me check real quick, and I'll take it all the way down just in case. And it's almost nighttime. I've been waiting for that for a little bit. I am going to leave the roof like this for now. And the reason therefore is because I was thinking a little bit about something else I could do over here. So I want to maybe change it up a little bit and make it more Minecrafty instead of just realistic building. So yeah, I might change it up. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but I am thinking about it. I got some ideas in mind, and we might get that done. So for now I'm not gonna stand on it, and the signs aren't mine. There they are. Awesome. So the signs aren't mine, so don't say much about it. But yeah, this is how it's gonna work. They're all spawning. All we gotta do is stand on this pressure plate. And let me just quickly put on something else I got. Alright, so I just turned on my auto clicker, which means I don't even have to do anything. So I'm just gonna stand here, and let me just show you real quick. It's gonna push them all toward me, as well as for the resin once it will flow. And yeah, here they are. So all I gotta do is press F6 for me, and nothing else I gotta do. Maybe it's a little bit fast. Alright, so I changed it real quick. just to make it a little bit slower. Now I cannot go in free cam when I'm doing this, but it should work quite nicely. This is the first time trying it out. I haven't tested it at all, so maybe there might be some things missing or a little bit messed up. I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. But I'm gonna AFK over here for this nighttime, and after that I'll show you what we got. Alright, so there we go. We got that done. The first night, first time trying anyway. Okay, let's stand on this thing a little bit longer as we see those things go around. I'm not sure if it's all of them or just a few of them, but at least they're auto-crafting into the blocks, of course. And, well, we got plenty in one night. And it's not even done yet. So, almost 2 rows of stacks. Well, that's amazing. First things first. Because, of course, this is one full row of resin itself. And so on. Which means it's more than one large chest full. That's amazing! So yeah, this one is working quite nicely. I really love it. It's amazing. And it's still busy. And it's so much. You know what? I needed to keep going anyway. I guess. It shouldn't take that long. Right? But that's fine. I'll just let it do its thing, I guess. And I'll get out of here. Because I got one more thing to show you guys real quick before we get going on something else. You know, let's just say welcome back home to the place where it all began. I always love coming here. I mean, it's my starter area, it's my starter base, and I don't know what to do with you, buddy. I've been working a little bit, just a small bit, not much though. But I did something. Like one of the things is I got my horse over there to my factory for no reason. And yeah, we got all of those. We got some animals still. The goats are in here. I need to fix a location for them. I have been gathering the new chickens, of course, and all the other ones as well. Which means that's quite amazing if you ask me. I love those new chickens. They look kind of cute. At first I was like, meh. I don't really care for it, but now see them all together like this. I like it. I do. I really do. It's kind of funny. It's, well, it's something new. I like it. So yeah, that's one of those, of course. And yeah, we also got all the cows. I also came by a mushroom island, which means, well, yeah, I snuck some of them. And yes, the texture pack on them is kind of messed up. I do not know why, but I got the same problem with my chest. Yeah, so not just any chest, but also the regular chest. So yeah, it's kind of messed up. And we get the cows, which are good. They are fine, right, buddy? And yeah, I like it. I really do. And of course as well for our piggies, because well, yeah, it's kind of neat having them all. Because, well, yeah, why not? The only thing I really need and really want is one of those lost dogs, which is in a location where, yeah, there's a little bit of snow and stuff. So, as far as I read online, they die. They suffocate. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to get those. But, yeah, and they are in pack of 1 or so. Maybe 2, but I believe mostly 1. So, I couldn't do anything with them, really. Now over here, I decided to add something else instead of those 2 simple farms. Now, is it amazing? No, it's just simple thrown together. But yeah, we got some bunnies or rabbits, of course, and I figured like, why not put them in something else? Like you can see the outside world, and they have a little bit more space than inside of the closed tube. I put them in, and yeah. Well, yeah, it's better something than nothing, I guess. And I didn't know what else to do. I'm fine with it. And over here we got some armadillos, thanks to Ren Dog. I've seen his things through other people. I don't really watch him. Don't say that to him, of course. But he's kind of fun, of course. But I noticed he was doing his armadillos inside of some space stuff. And yeah, that's why I decided to use the dripstone and stuff. And of course they will walk out easily, so I made sure to put a lead on them. Just kind of hide it for them. So if you come in here, you won't notice it. And yeah, I want to add some more of them, but I haven't gotten around to do so yet. And I don't have any spider eyes with me, so I'm not gonna do that at all at this time. But of course, that's not all I want to talk about yet. I have of course been working on the river. Now, I also need to work on this location yet, because, well, yeah, it's far from done. And, yeah. Even the iron farm is still here for no reason. Somebody placed an armor stand quite big over here. I believe I made a screenshot, so I'll show that instead, because I got rid of it that same day. But there was also a lectern in the book. I do not get exactly why on this location. I gotta say, it's a weird place to do so, if you ask me, but it's fine. Joshi, break this armor stand if you ever come onto the server. So I did, because I haven't been online for a couple of months, and yeah, I'm back now, of course. What does it say? The Silent Guardian. Okay. Well, whomever did it, I don't know. But thank you, I guess. I kind of liked it, and that's why it's still here as well. It's kind of fun to see that someone has been around my location and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of neat. I still need to fix the things, the brewing things. I never did that, but I never use them, so it's more aesthetic, I guess. And yeah, we'll see what else we will do over here. I'm not sure about yet. I had some things in mind, but I scrapped that whole plan because I didn't like it. And of course, like you may know from my last episode, is that I was working on my river. And the river is kind of done-ish, I guess, for now. And I've been working around on this area. And so far, I believe it's gonna look a little bit more amazing. It's not gonna be something extremely special or anything. It's just gonna get some more life along this side for now. And later on, of course, I will expand to this side and probably even further out all over the place and that kind of stuff. And there will be bridges, like one over here. And there will be two more. I'm not exactly sure where, but one over here for sure. And of course, someday we will try and lead all the way to our factory. Because, well, it's kind of on the... It's on the ocean. I don't know why I did that, to be fair. I was like, I don't want to flatten out anything, but now it doesn't really make sense at all. Since we got a bridge over there, which is way too small to get over here. Which means I kind of want to build something else as well around here. Just to fill up the water a little bit more. But I also don't want to do that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do at the time, but I'll figure something out later. For now, I was fixing the farm and of course gathering the resources and stuff. So yeah, that's the only thing I really cared for at this time. And I'm just so glad that it works. And it also kind of looks amazing. I like it. And of course, yeah, there's gonna be something done with resin, I bet. Maybe just with the dots on the blocks and stuff. I don't know what it looks like exactly. And yeah, we'll fix something. And you might notice some benches over here. I saw them in Scar's video, Good Times with Scar, and I was like, I like those benches and they might go well over here. Well, to be fair, I like it. I really do. I placed some of them, like over here along this line and just a couple over here. Not too many, one over there. Oh, right, also there's flowers. I gotta say, I kind of forgot about those. But I planted those along this line for a little bit of light and stuff, I guess. I don't know, just for some fun. I was just messing about and thinking about things that I liked to do. So yeah, there we go. And of course, some more benches on this side and nothing more special over here yet. But I am thinking still, I want to create so much more over here. And one of the things, even though I just built up this spider farm, which looks dumb because of the thing, but that's not there's nothing over here, to be fair, except for one tube leading down. But for some reason it messes it up, and I want to get rid of this whole eyesore, I gotta say. I don't like it at all. I want to get rid of all of it. Even though I kind of don't, because that means I gotta rebuild it someplace else. Like Spider Farm, Creeper Farm for sure. And those farms together with those and the iron farms and all. It's a lot of work, but it's not meant to stay. It wasn't even meant to stay the first moment I placed it over here. But it has done a lot for me since forever ago, I guess. This one is almost full again, and we already have some couple of more full of just iron, of course, and everything over here except for the cobblestone farm still works. I will not turn on the cobblestone farm because I got the same one at my base and it doesn't work anymore. Because of the string thing fixed. That's why I also got rid of my string duper. Well, it's still there also. I got rid of all my villagers. It was 200 villagers to get a lot of the emeralds, of course, so yeah. I also got rid of that. So yeah, no more fast cobblestone sadly, but let's do the traditional way, I guess. There might be a couple of other ways to do it, but to be honest, I don't ever need too much anyway, and if I do, then I'll just trade for it if I really need it. So for now, they're probably again going in there. Oh, yep, there they are. Okay, I love this. So since it's nighttime, there's nobody else online. I'm gonna do it once more, and I'll come back to you guys again afterwards. Alright, so I just made one small change to the farm, and that is, of course, instead of making sure that it goes over here, I made sure that it leads down underneath the ground, like you can see right here. And of course, I got my gamma on so you can see underneath the water, but it leads all the way to our storage system now, which is quite amazing. I can't see it after this part, but once we go over there, I believe it will work. I haven't tried it out just yet, I just was trying it out right now. Which means I have to check if it is going over here or that it gets stuck or anything. I do not know. And nice. It works fine. That's amazing. I like it. So it all goes over here. And yeah. Since there's a block missing over here, I'll fix that. And they are supposed to go over here. Okay. Well, it's a whole block, of course. Which is totally fine with me. And it keeps on getting full. Because, well, that one goes a little bit quicker, of course. Which means I kind of want to get rid of this honeycomb one. And let's just place another one next to it. Because I think it's going to take a long time otherwise. Boom. I think that's going to work out a little bit better. It's not going to be perfect, but everything is better than what it was. Like the honeycombs, if it gets full, too bad. And I will have to just get some shulker boxes because that one was quite a bit bigger. So yeah, I have to make sure to do that a little bit differently. And now we got a lot of resin, which is amazing. And this one is white dye. Every time we got our bone meal farm to work. We also get bone blocks, of course, but sometimes it spits out a little bit of white dye. And I was like, I can either try and fix it, or I can just keep it. So yeah, we always get white dye. And is it useful? I don't know. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep it in here, since we got it anyway. So yeah, the resin farm is fine right now. We got our moss farm, of course, because I added the other moss as well to the moss farm. Just 2 for the normal moss and 2 for those moss. Which means, well yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I've been AFKing that a little bit as well, like you might notice. And as well for the carpets, of course, because that's the only one you'll really get. And any of those, if they get full ever. And now there's stuff. So yeah, that's kind of neat. I like it. I am thinking about changing it again because I'm not entirely satisfied with my storage system at the time. I might even change it up. Like I got the colors over here, but those colors used to be next to it, and now they're over here. I changed a lot of things over here. All the things. I have to walk quite a bit all the time, or fly around mostly, because that's what I like to do otherwise. But I am thinking about changing it up again a little bit to make it more useful. So just make sure one chest for the redstone, one chest for rockets, one chest for everything. Just the shulker boxes probably and all. Or maybe do 2 chests or something. I don't know. What I also can do, I was thinking about it just now, I can also just keep those for what they are and just use, instead of the row all the way in the back, I could use the one on top over here. And if it ever gets full, like the one over there with the shulker boxes. The shulker boxes I can't help. This one will be like this forever. Because, well, they get used quite a lot. And sometimes I have to put them back because I don't need them anymore and all that stuff. But I might be able to use them for all of the items in here. But like, I could do all of those on this level instead. And it will look a little bit dumb, because that means that I will get this row to be gone, the stone slabs. And those will be whatever this is, I guess. Except for this one, of course. This one will just put that on top of it, I guess. But otherwise you can't see it. And I think that's the better way to do it. So I don't have to walk all the way back and forth the whole time. Yeah, okay, I have to use this. And that's fine with me, to be fair. For now, anyway. We will think about it later. But yeah, that's the only thing I have in mind to do. I wouldn't know how else to do it exactly. I think that will work out a little bit better for me anyway. So I will do that. And once I got that done, I'll be right back. Alright, so for now we got it all done. And I think this is a lot better. It has something to it, I guess. The reason why I did this, of course, is because, well, right now I can see what I got. And instead of having to look around the whole time, like, all those rows are empty now, and that's amazing. I like that a lot better. I kept all the energy chests and stuff over there because it doesn't really matter. Because someday, if we get updates and stuff, I will probably have to add more anyway. And this one is all full. I can add over here first, and so on. But I also got rid of some of them, like 3 of them I bet I did, because those are now shulker boxes instead of made shulker boxes. So I got them all over here, the extra ones anyway, and I got them also over here like they used to on that side. And of course we get the head and all. Everything is just the way it is supposed to be like. I pushed them back by 1 though, so I can walk a little bit easier over here. And yeah, I can also fly into it, of course, so I don't have to use the scaffolding. But I figured this is going to be a little bit easier for me to collect the stuff that I need when I need it, and to place them back when I need them anyway. So if I need to go on top, I can just do it like this and it's fine. Doesn't matter. I hurt myself all the time anyway, so that's fine. So yeah, everything has been collected over here now. Like some of those, this one goes quite fast, right? Like everything is all full and stuff. But yeah, we still got plenty of room for every single thing. And the ones I got removed over here are the simple ones. Like, of course, I got the bone meal, which is a little bit further ahead, I believe. The basalt as well, by the way. I changed them so they're just in here. Since, of course, we got the basalt farm over here. So yeah, they go and collect in here as well. So I don't want to have the space over there anymore. As well as goes for the bone blocks, of course, like I said before. The bone blocks are now only collected in one spot. And yeah, I did the same with those and the mangrove, I believe. As well as for something else. The mangrove, the nether stuff. And the dark oak, that one as well. Because at first I didn't have a farm for it, of course. But yeah, we changed that. We now got a farm for everything. Except for the dark oak farm being bad. And I do remember one thing. I said to you guys that it was a bad one for the pale oak saplings. That it was bad, like the dark oak. Well, it's not. I didn't know that. The first one I was just unlucky, I guess. After that, I kept doubling them. So yeah, that was amazing. I need a little bit, of course, because of the creeking farm that we got, or the resin farm. And yeah, so we got 29 now. I didn't have to go back. So yeah, that was lucky. We had 6 and now we got 26, 29. So yeah, that's kind of amazing. I like that. So with this all done, and of course our horse over here, I am thinking about one more thing that I want to do, not in this episode, but in the next one I want to tell you about. And that is because, well, it's kind of dumb right now. Like I said before, I believe as well. Is the bridge over here. The bridge doesn't make sense. Because it leads nowhere, right? Now at first that was the plan, to lead nowhere. But since I've been working on the river on that side, I was thinking, what if we make sure that it connects all the way to the land over there, and make sure that we get a way to get to our house or something like that. The road is a little bit big though, but that's just a bridge. And I believe, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it, but it's gonna fade out a little bit smaller into a normal path size, I guess, so you can walk or ride a horse or whatever you like to do. And yeah, make it just merge together, I guess, or just keep the bridge as this. And well, we will see what we will do. And I'm thinking about two things. I either do this bridge just over and over and over again until we get to the mainland, or I have to redesign the whole bridge and make it either a whole lot bigger. So the same style I like, because I love the style that I used over here, but probably a whole lot bigger until it connects all the way over there, or almost connects. It depends on what we can do, but I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I do like the bridge as this. Making it too big, it might work because the factory is quite kind of big, but yeah, I am not sure yet. So yeah, with all of this said and done, I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. It's kind of a thing that I just was like, I want to upload one more video. Just, it's been a minute, and at least a more normal video anyway. So yeah, I really wanted to upload a video. So here you go. Hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to give a like, subscribe, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.